Oh,
Oh, there we go.
oh,
My mic.
oh, oh. Is it working?
Yes, my mic is working.
Whoa.
Hello, let's get a mic check before we introduce
Mic
ourselves.
check, mic
Yes,
check. Can you guys hear us
please.
okay?
Hello, hello. How's it going? Hello.
Hello. Hope you guys have been doing well. We can hear you. How's the audio volumes?
Yeah.
Does it sound okay? Am I too loud? Am I too soft? Is Meeta too loud, too soft?
Right. I want to make sure. So we can go back and I can clip some good parts from this pod. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm speaking of which, I'm so sorry. I'm like so behind on all the clips. It's like
No,
such a slog
Oh my gosh.
to clip myself. Anything that I'm in, I just hate listening to my own voice. So if I have to listen to 3 hours of it and cut out every time I say or like,
No.
I literally want to actually commit word puzzle crimes. Like I just cannot. It's so hard for me to get through.
Have you not heard myself? I literally go,
Oh my God. You know, we both do this thing where we repeat ourselves. I think it's a streamer thing though. We repeat ourselves really often.
I do
And,
that all
like,
the time in general, I think.
Yeah, and so I have to cut that out.
Yeah.
We do it so much.
We'll be like, oh yeah, so yeah, this anime's good. Oh yeah, but you know, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this anime's good.
It's so bad. It gets like really cringy when you start doing it with yourself because you're like, you have to sit through 2 hours of cutting all these things out and then you just start criticizing yourself and then you just get into that like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore.
God.
And then yeah.
So many times I was looking like to do like the timestamps and I'm hearing myself like, why did I say that? Or like, why didn't I say this instead? I'm like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. No, I get that.
It's
Totally
for both
get
of us,
that.
but oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm gonna increase you on my end though because you are.
Okay, I can put my volume in my earbuds. Oh wait, no.
No. You're good because you don't want to mess up the volume on your stream.
Oh
so
no,
I'm
sorry. I meant my like volume in my ears, in my earbuds.
Oh yeah, that's what I was increasing to.
Yeah, I don't know why you're quiet again on my side, in my ears.
Am I okay on the stream though, chat?
I mean, they said audio is really good for you. That's
Okay.
what they're saying.
All right.
Oh, that's so weird. I mean, yeah, that's. Oh, okay. I'm at 100.
I mean, I could increase myself again, but like I know this is a problem we were having yesterday too. So
yeah, I mean, we can keep it at this. I can still hear you. It's just like not usual Leora sounding.
Okay. Weird. I did not do anything, but you know, we love audio issues. Audio issues are the fucking best.
But it's all good. My mic's the right way. We're here today. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Shall we get to introducing the show and ourselves?
Yes. Wait, what? Oh, fudge!
Okay, we need to like write it down in our fucking scratch pad. I feel like every time this is like we spent like 3 minutes thinking about what the fuck is our intro. Okay, wait.
Scratch pad. You got it. Okay, you see my cursor too.
Yeah. We're both like in here, like ready to write it down.
We should have done like episodes ago. Here, I can go back to the past one to see what we said.
Okay, I just remember this part.
I'm your host, Blah. Yeah, there you go.
And I'm your
co-host, right?
Right?
Yeah, and I'm your co-host, blah, blah, blah. And this is...
Isn't it? Isn't it just... I'm your host, blah, blah.
And I'm your co-host,
I guess
blah,
I'm
blah.
your co-host. Yeah, co-host,
Or
blah,
I'm
blah,
blah,
blah.
your co-host. Either way. I love how we're overthinking about this. Like, wait, which order?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. I know. I keep trying to hear stupid. Welcome back to my channel. You know, Meeta says that like every 5 fucking seconds. I'm calling you out right now. She like enters every voice chat and like no one will say anything, and Meeta will just hop in and she'll just go, "Welcome back to my channel," and everyone's like, "Meeta, get out of here."
Listen, let me live my YouTube childhood dreams. Okay, let me live my dream. Like you guys could be like talking about like freaking like financial stuff. I'll be like, welcome back to my channel.
literally, actually, literally every day that we are in VC, this is what happens. There's not a day that goes by where this does not happen.
Let me live my life, okay? Okay, this is how it's it's my dream. Welcome back to my channel, guys.
Welcome back to our podcast. Maybe.
Or
what the fuck did we used to say?
Wait.
What was our intro?
Here, I think it should start off as I'm your host and I'm your co-host, and this is 2 Weeks in the Pod, and this is episode blah, where we will be.
Oh, we haven't been saying the episode numbers. Oh shit.
Huh?
We haven't been saying the episode numbers.
Oh, we haven't. Okay, we can.
We
start
haven't.
It's early on. It's early on.
We need to start doing that. I think that's
start.
like pretty. It's pretty important.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start doing that because it's early on. No,
this is
yes.
episode blank of 2 Weebs in a Pod, maybe.
Oh, that'd be good. And this is episode 4 of 2 Weebs in a Pod.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah, that's a good format.
We can keep your welcome back to my channel vibe
do
here.
That like that. There we go.
For a second, I was like 3. Wait, what?
Wow, I didn't know you were that boomer, but okay.
No. Hey, the less than 3 is like the real boomer. Okay, wait, no. The real boomer one is 143.
I knew what you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
That's like the real boomer one, 143.
I knew you were gonna say
And then
that.
it became less than 3, and then it became illy.
Oh yeah, Illy.
Yeah, illy.
Illy's so easy to say, just like.
Yeah, I feel like illy. Well, I feel like the real boomer thing is like actually LOL, because that used to be like a lot of love, right? Yeah.
Well, in like early 2000s, because of freaking Shake It Up, that Disney Channel show, I kept saying TTYL XOX.
XOX?
Talk to you later, hugs and kisses, you know? TTYL XOX. I always say that all the time.
Wait, I'm a robot? Wait, do I still sound robot-y? Still? Okay, wait, give me a second.
Okay. I'm glad this is early before our podcast. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I think last time this happened, I came back in and it was okay, or is it still?
Okay, guys, how does it sound now?
Well, it sounds fine to you?
Yeah, you sound perfect. Yeah. Oh, they're good on your.
Well, even before it sounded fine to you, it just sounded weird to them.
Yeah, just to them. They said fine now. Huh, okay.
Wait. How is that possible? How is it possible that...
Is it OBS?
It must be, because if it didn't sound weird to you, that means it's an OBS problem. Okay. Before we start, because we always have to go into tech support, can you share your screen really quick?
Yeah, here.
We're gonna try to fix it, because I don't want this to happen while we're like streaming, you know?
Right, that'd be some booty, man. Okay,
yeah.
Screen.
Especially because if you can't tell, because then you can't stop me.
Right. All right, this is my OBS setup.
Okay. Sorry, we're doing this is every stream chat. You guys should be used to this by now. Okay, if you want to show me what the audio property is on that.
Yes, let me go to like a fudge. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, that's not it. This advanced.
Oh, can you share your entire screen?
Oh, fudge, wrong. Okay.
Because yeah, it's not gonna show up like the pop-up.
Right. Let me.
Sorry, give us a second, chat.
Screen.
Thank you for your patience.
There
Sorry.
like that, and then like it'll right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then properties. No, I'm a liar.
Properties is fine too. Wait, go to properties
Oh,
really quick.
okay. I'm a liar. Let me go. Properties. See.
Can you click on the Discord thing? What is this? What are you using? What is this?
This is OBS. What do you mean?
Yeah, but what kind of audio channel is this?
Audio channel? I'm sorry.
Click cancel really quick.
Cancel.
Yeah. And then in your sources, can you scroll up and down really quick?
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the very top. Okay, go up to the top. And oh, this must be new. I don't think OBS used to have this.
Oh.
So because you don't have an audio mixer, so you don't have your audio stuff separated. Probably it's an issue with this program, or it's an issue with your Discord. Either way, I think the best thing to do for now is what you can do is just turn or hide that, and then
desktop audio.
Yeah, just do desktop audio. But it looks like it's not. Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Hopefully that should be fine. The only issue is like if you start getting like, I don't know, like a pop-up or something on your computer, then they will hear it.
Want to break from the ads? Want to break from the ads?
Yeah. So that's the only potential risk, but otherwise I think that'll probably be better. But chat, let us know if at any point it's not. Yeah. Okay, let's do that for now.
Yeah. Here, I'm opening it like this, and then I'm gonna do this. Ta-da! There we
All right.
go. Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Great.
Does she still sound good, chato?
Should be good because we technically
Like
didn't really change much yet, but let me just move everything over again. Audio's
sounds
still
beautiful.
good. Sounds good.
Great.
Okay. Cool. Okay. All right, let's do the intro then. We have everything.
You see me bring up my notes. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I guess the host does the first line, I guess. Every time? Okay, here we go. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm your host, Meeta Osita.
And I'm your host, Lyra Valkyria.
And this is episode 4 of 2 Weebs in a Pod.
2 Weebs in a Pod.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Let's do it at the same time, no?
Well, no, before we did the entire last line together, but now it's kind of long, so I just decided to do the last part together.
Oh.
It's fine. That was fine. That was fine. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
All right. Today on episode 4, we'll be talking about fall 2023 anime, as we do, and as we did with summer 2023. We'll be talking about all the ones that we watched, the ones that we liked, the ones that we didn't like, what we're going to be dropping, what we're going to be continuing to watch, etc., etc. So that is the gist of today's episode.
Yeah. And I'm really excited because fall 2023, much better than last season. Much better.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Last season was
disappointing.
Disappointing to say the least.
Most definitely.
And very lackluster. I feel like it was like when I was watching anime for last season for this episode, for the summer 2023 episode, I feel like it was such a slog, right? Like,
yeah,
it was like every time I started a new anime, I was like, oh god, and then I'd watch through the episode and I'm like, oh, like, when is this gonna be over?
Right.
But the issue is this season there were too many series where I'm like watching it and I'm like, oh shit, I watched the next episode. I'm like, oh, I don't have time to watch like 5 episodes of every single season or series, you know?
Yeah, so that's my problem. That's exactly what happened to me, is that I kept watching and watching, and because there's so many good anime, and so all that blue highlighted was all that I watched because I kept watching episode after episode on I could not stop.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, like 6 episodes deep into Run, Forbidden's deductions and stuff, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can look to talk about. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think we should talk about our thumbnail anime first?
Free run.
Free run. I can never say it. Yes, free.
Also,
run.
Meeta, you can turn off the screen share just to save you some bandwidth.
You're like so cool. Thank you.
No. You're good. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's talk about the one in the thumbnail. Free run. This one started really early. I feel like it started earlier than everything else, right? It was like almost like 2 weeks earlier than all the other ones or something.
It was, because I was already seeing fan art and like memes about it on Twitter. I'm like, oh, this is an anime that came out. Like, I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, oh, well, it's pretty popular, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see too much stuff online about it. I saw some, like, a mutual that I follow talk about it and how good it was, and I was like, can't be that good. Like, I saw the art and I was like, doesn't really look like it's up my alley or anything.
Another basic adventure anime, you know, that probably on a quest, gotta do something, Demon King or something.
Holy shit, though, Free Ren, it really must be one of my favorite. I feel like depending on how it goes, it really could be one of my favorite anime, like, of all time, period.
Oh,
like,
wow. It's
not like my favorite anime of all time, but one of them, you know, like the top 5 anime that I've ever seen. I feel like it has the potential to be that for me.
Yeah, I agree that it has the potential to be even better than it is like now, like to keep going on with the series. It wasn't exactly my favorite, I would say, this season, but it was really good. It definitely took a new twist on the adventure isekai feel.
It's definitely I think for me personally, and if you guys have seen the other episodes, you guys know I talk about this a lot. It hits that perfect spot for me of feel good fantasy series that is like it's like when the character is like overpowered and they have no physical growth, but it's more of a mental growth journey and how they deal with their changing surroundings and how they deal with their like a changing position that they have to take. So for example, I really enjoyed Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime and Hamefura for the same reasons, because both of them are the same premise, right? Where it's like, they are overpowered and they don't change through the entire series. They're the same person from episode 1 to episode 12. But what does change is how they approach things and how they like, there's no crazy character growth arc. They don't have to like go through all this stuff. It's more of like how they're handling the different types of things that are being thrown at them, right? The changing their position in society and how they tackle those kind of things. And I really enjoy that sort of growth as opposed to like a more, I need to get stronger, I gotta like tatebayo, like gotta go into my hyperbolic time chamber, like whatever it is.
Yeah, this is like the true character development that I like to see. And it was really prevalent in episode 1, where she kind of realized like, wow, like human life is very shorter and something to be treasured, and she wants to know more about it, and like the first episode really established it really well, and in her breaking into tears at the funeral, it made me think, like I realized right away, this is not like a basic like 2D like type personality where it's like, she's just doesn't care about humans. She's like, whatever, she's kudere, whatever.
Right, like kudere. Because she definitely had that vibe in the beginning where you're like, oh, she's just a kudere, like that doesn't really care about stuff.
Right. And then when that happened and she actually was like self-realizing, wow, I didn't take the time to actually get to know more about him, more about human life. And when she broke him down in tears, that's when I'm like, wow, this is like a real like deep character. And that's what I really loved about VTuberEN.
It's really amazing to like watch as every episode progresses, the sort of concept of she believed that this journey that they did was such a short part, like a small, minuscule part of her life.
Right.
And now that she's revisiting a lot of these places and a lot of these things, she's realizing just how significant it was, not only to the people around them and the people that were affected by it, but to her. And I think that is what's really incredible about it. It has that sort of self-reflection, not just because the people around her are benefiting from it. And, there is that aspect to it too, where she's kind of understanding, people who have like a more short life, they were really impacted positively by the things that we did. But more than that, I think what's really impactful is her coming to terms like, it impacted me a lot more than I realized, sort of thing. And I think that's like the real beauty of VTuberEN, and that's what I love about it so much.
Right. I totally agree, especially what you said about the self-reflection. It was, reflection in anime isn't really quite touched as nicely as it did in VTuberEN. Usually it is like,
very surface level.
Yeah, very surface level. Very like, I will now do this. I now understand. And then they switch their flip, but flip their switch.
They switch their flip. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. exactly. Oh gosh. But they really did really well. Like I felt like with each episode, it didn't feel like dragged out. It actually felt like we're in her truth, journeying with her through her her emotional and mental state being.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think the slowness of it, the pacing, sometimes it feels incredibly slow, but I actually feel like that's what's powerful about it, because it talks a lot about that, right? The concept of time. They talk about that a lot.
Oh,
Like that one
definitely.
time where they're like in that one village for months and months, and Fern is like, Freeman, we need to like leave. Like what's going on? Like why are we still here? You know?
Right.
That whole concept, it was supposed to feel slow, and you're supposed to also feel this sort of impatience, like what's going on? Because to us, we're human too. We are also the short life species, whereas you have Freeran, who, you know, she, for her, time is like almost infinite, right?
You're
So
right.
I really like that sort of juxtaposition, how they kind of put us into the shoes of the different characters and whatnot. But also, oh my God, I really like the characters so much. Like, I feel like the characters are just so well written and so
Yes.
interesting and multifaceted and multidimensional in a way that doesn't feel
Right.
like they're out of character.
Right. I definitely agree with that. And again, with isekai anime, they don't really dwell too much in character development, character writing into like the side characters much. And
Right.
so by having the how do I explain it? The way that they've written it is just it's really good. I'm really bad
Yeah,
at words.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
exactly what
I
you're
agree.
saying. Exactly what you're saying.
I
Mm-mm.
really also like, you know, I think it's crazy that, for example, Himel, the blue hair, you
Hina.
know, the hero, yeah.
Yeah, Hina.
I love him, but it's crazy that he's not even like here and
Right.
we feel the sense of like connection to him, even
Yeah.
though he existed for like half an episode,
Yeah, half an
really.
episode, maybe like a third of the
Well,
episode.
well, the
Kind of.
first episode was a long episode, I believe. I think it's like an hour episode.
What was it really? No
Yeah, yeah.
way.
They did the Oshinoko thing where the first episode is like an hour
Was it
long.
really an hour?
I
Wait,
know.
no way.
It
I
doesn't
watched
feel
that.
like it, but
It did not feel like it. What?
I actually think it might have been longer than an hour. I think it might have been like a 90-minute
No
episode.
way.
But yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you know the series is good, right? Like it's just like
Like, you
it's
don't-
like feels slow and fast at the same time. Like so much has happened, but it also feels slow. Like it's just beautiful in execution, I think.
Yes. Wow. Oh my gosh. Very. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I
Everything.
know, it's crazy to think about.
That's no way, because I remember sitting down, watching it, and enjoying it. You know, I didn't look at
Yeah.
the time. I didn't look at like, oh, you know, oh, am I halfway there yet, or nothing. Oh wow.
Yeah, I feel like Freeren, oh man, and also the animation is just fucking superb. Incredible, beautiful animation.
So beautiful.
You could like pause at any given moment in Freeren, just pause the show, and it looks like a still. Like it looks so good. It looks like an illustration.
Right, the coloring,
Just
the lighting. Oh my gosh.
yes,
It's very
like everything. It's very masterful.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really tell that they really put their love into this animation.
For sure.
So it really was great. And I snuck a peek at the manga art. And
Yeah, we were
manga
talking a
art,
little bit
yeah,
about this earlier
yeah,
too.
yeah, it's really pretty. So pretty.
Oh, really?
And you know, the animation definitely did it like extreme justice.
Like adapting the style.
Yeah. Well, I guess in my opinion, the style was slightly different, but I'm just saying definitely the anime was great. They did a good job. They did a good job.
It's interesting that you say that because I haven't. So I told Meeta this earlier, but I've been avoiding the Freeren manga because I'm kind of really enjoying the anime. So I want to wait until it's done and then I'll probably go visit the manga. Like I want to enjoy the anime for what it is right now.
Right.
Because I think sometimes when you start watching anime and then you get impatient, you read the manga, it kind of taints your experience with the anime.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Or vice versa, you know, like it like not in a necessarily bad way, but you now have like a different lens on which you look at the anime. And I don't really want my experience with the anime to be like tampered at in any way at all. Like, cause I'm enjoying it so much.
Right.
Whereas I feel like, cause even if it's in a positive way where you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for this scene. The scene was so good. It does change the way that you're looking at it, no matter what.
That's true. I did read the manga for this romance anime. I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty recent. And I couldn't wait for the next episode, so I read it. I was like, oh, okay. And the pacing, you know, is fast when you're reading it. And then when the animation came out, it wasn't as like impactful anymore, and not that I intended it to be like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, I can't wait for it to happen, but it didn't, so I definitely agree that reading the manga, it can hold off, but I tend to read the chapters that I already watched a little bit, get a little maybe a sneak peek to the next episode, but not too far.
Right. I think the only time that I allow myself to just read the manga if I'm enjoying an anime series is if the manga is so far beyond the anime. So this tends to happen with shonen series, right? So like, the anime might be in like the second arc, but the manga is like at the end. In those cases, I'll just read it all because it's just so much to read anyway.
Right.
So that's what I'll do for those. But I think in general, where I feel like there's a little bit more of like a story, I don't want to say shonen series don't have story, but shonen series are kind of designed to go for a very long time, right? Like that's the whole point of them. But when it's a little bit, it feels like there's like a bit of a shorter thing to it, then I'll just watch the anime. You know what manga actually, because I mentioned it earlier, sort of I felt like, and we could have a whole episode on this, but like that I felt just didn't live up to the anime was Hamefura, actually. Did you read the manga for that?
I didn't actually.
It's probably for the best. So what's funny is that for the Hamefura anime, I enjoyed it so much. I watched it like 3 times, like immediately over and over again, because it was so good. And I was like, I'm gonna just buy the manga. I've never read the manga before, but I'm gonna buy the book because I just want to like own it and I want to be able to read it. And then I read it and I was like, oh my god, like this is so different.
Oh wow.
And the pacing was just incredibly different. And there are parts where the manga does it better, of course. But in general, I was like, wow, like I'm glad I enjoyed the anime first, because I actually don't know if I would have watched the anime if I had read the manga first. Yeah.
There are cases like that for sure. I don't have any on top of my head, but it's very possible. Oh, wow.
For sure. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of why I haven't been touching the manga, even though I know a lot of people have been talking about the manga and they're like, the manga's really good as well and whatnot. But I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until it's over, and I'm just so excited. Every episode, I'm just like, oh, so good. Like, can't wait for the next episode.
Right. Yeah.
I also really freaking like Stark a lot. At first, I was like in love with Himed. I thought he was like such a good character, and I was so sad that he was like dead.
Yeah.
But like recently, I've been really into Stark, which is, as you know, for me to be really into a male character is pretty rare.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, but Stark is like, he hits a lot of points for me. Like, I love his sort of gap moe of like being a dumbass, but like being really strong, but he also feels like so real for that. You know what I mean? Like his like fear is like so warranted. Like you totally understand why he's so scared,
Gotcha.
even though he's really strong. So I don't know. I really like.
You like it? You really like that? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, VTuberEN, let's give it a score, because if we talk this long about every series, we're never gonna get through. Our list is very long this time, by the way, chat.
It is, and there's some, and I haven't watched yet, so I can't wait for the rest of it to talk about it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a lot. So let's give VTuberEN a score out of 10. Obviously for me, it's 10 out of 10. Gonna be up there in the top 5, unless they fuck it up in the last half. I don't know. It happens. It wouldn't be the first time. But I'm holding on for now. I'm caught up currently, so I'm on episode, what is it, like 6 or so?
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, so if we're talking, based off of what I've seen to episode 6, I believe, I give it a 10 out of 10. How would you grade it, Meeta?
It's definitely my personal taste an 8, but overall, like how I know, like see from the outside, it is a 9 and 10, like 9. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you can base it off of your personal taste, though.
Like,
I think that's fair.
Like personal taste, like would I be like, oh my god, like fave, no, but it's good. It's good anime.
Yeah,
so 8.
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like my personal only gripe with VTuberEN, and this is a completely personal thing, and I know people are not going to agree with me, is that I'm not a big fan of the opening and ending.
I don't like the opening. Yeah, no, it didn't feel like it was meant for the anime. It felt very too, what's it called? trying not to say
No, it's fine. We'll edit those out. Don't worry.
Okay. It felt very like what's it called? 2023. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was meant to feel like a an isekai feel. It didn't feel to feel a slice of like. It didn't meant to feel like feel good. It felt like. It didn't match. It didn't match the vibe.
Yeah, that and then the ending. I like that it's somber, but I just don't. It's just not my style. I think I don't know. Both the opening and ending. I usually watch all the openings and ending, but VTuberEN is one of the few that I've just been skipping. I'll just skip the ending and opening, which is pretty rare for me. I have to dislike it, so that's where.
Yeah, like I guess.
Wait, am I still online? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, my
what happened?
computer just flashed and everything turned off, so I thought it had turned off.
Oh no, you're good.
I think it was just my monitor though. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think it's just monitor. Yeah, you're still good. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the opening did not match the anime. We repeated ourselves. Oh my gosh. Yep, we'll cut that out.
No, it's fine. Yeah, so that's my only criticism for VTuberEN would be a different song for the opening and ending.
Definitely agreed.
I think that's an important part because sometimes I give extra points to series if they have good opening and ending.
Oh, for sure. Oh my god, especially when.
Well, that being said, the animation though is really good for the opening and ending.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if it's like memorable too, it's like
Yeah.
It kind of boosts it
because
up.
we talked about this in the summer 2023 anime review episode, but there are animes that will just recycle scenes from the show itself,
which I hate,
to use in the opening ending, and it's really boring. But VTuberEN has just a really beautiful opening and ending. Just don't like the music that much. Personal thing.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right, our next one, because there's a lot. Let's just go in general order that is here.
Sure.
I would say. But let's move here. Because there's a lot that I'm just talking about. Move this one. Give us a second. We're gonna organize some stuff here.
Hey, our cursors are touching.
Oh,
dang, you're fast. Oh, dang.
Before marriage. Cursors touching before marriage.
Yeah. Oh my word.
What if we kind of separate it out? Sorry, chat. You're gonna have to give us a second here.
All right. I'm cheering you on from up here. Yeah.
Because if we do this, then at least every other one.
Oh, that's good. Right.
Yeah. Here, wait. Let's do this here. Let's do this one here.
Muy bien.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sort of perfect. Wait, let's put this one. Okie dokie. Alrighty, we have edited our list.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to it. All right. The next one on this list is Shangri-La Frontier.
Oh.
Have you... So you didn't watch this one, right?
I did not watch this one.
Have you read the manga for this one?
I have not, actually.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know it's been talked about a lot, but...
Right.
Yeah.
So a pretty popular one, at least in Asia. Not so much in the States, I think. But in Asia, for sure, it was a big one.
Yeah, so please tell me about it.
Well, it's so I'm trying to figure out where to start. So the premise in general is it's a VR MMO series. So it's not an isekai, it's a VR MMO. So it's a guy, right? Like a guy who puts on a VR headset and then plays a game. His whole thing is that he is obsessed with kusoge, which is kuso game, which means shit games, or as Lofi calls them, trash games. So he's obsessed with trash games, and he likes to find the buggiest, shittiest game ever, and he plays through all of those, and he beats them, and that's his thing. But one day he kind of runs out of games to play, and he gets suggested to play a game called Shangri-La Frontier. And that is what is considered a kamige, which is a god game, a god tier game. And basically all of the struggles that he's had playing these shit MMO games, he's super overpowered now in Shangri-La Frontier because it relies a lot on user movement. So he is it's one of those things where he's like free to move around everywhere now because he's used to like having all these buggy, shitty movement stuff, but he like feels so free to like, you know, do stuff. And then, you know, he just goes through his MMO life and he encounters some special bosses that put him in special scenarios. So he becomes like a big target for existing users of the game. So that's the general concept of what's happening in Shangri-La Frontier. It's, you know, it's very... I think you would like it because it is very that shonen slapstick comedy-esque stuff. It has a lot of that, and it has a lot of those sort of relationships where he like meets other players and whatnot too. And I have a friend who is obsessed with the manga. He had been recommending to me forever, and so I read the manga a while ago, like last year, and I read the first couple chapters, and I thought it was pretty basic. I was like, it's just another one of these VR MMO slash isekai-esque things. Like
I've seen it before, done before.
Yeah, like the premise is interesting and the art is incredible, but I wasn't super like taken by it. I was like, oh, it's okay. Right. I've been watching it and I am caught up, so I believe we're on episode. My roommate and I are watching it. It's like episode 4. Ooh. It's like very okay. I think you would enjoy it. I think it's meant for people like you who enjoy these type of series. For me, probably not so much. I mean, we're still watching it because it's kind of like the quote unquote big one, right? Like it's one of the big shonen series. So I kind of want to be up to date on it. Right. And I want to see how it goes. Like maybe it'll kind of amp up because right now it's still, you know, every shonen series, the first 10 episodes is just like fucking goofy shit.
Yeah, right. To set it up for everything, the goals and the friendships, and then that's when it. Yeah.
Right, and then it starts getting serious, and that's when it starts getting interesting. So I'm kind of holding out for it to get to that point. Right now it does have the just general, not shonen so much, but it has that sort of like isekai harem thing to it where every person he encounters is a hot lady
and wow, infatuated with him.
Yeah, well, they're not infatuated with him in that way yet. They're more like, oh, he's like interesting, like what's his deal, and so they're all trying to like chase after him to kill him, but you know, I'm sure it'll turn into that eventually.
Maybe
probably which I'm like not super, like not a huge fan of, but so far it's okay. I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it. The music is good. The opening, who was the opening done by? The opening is really good, and I don't remember the ending, but I want to say the ending was also really good. Only 4 episodes out, I think, so I haven't watched a ton of the openings and endings much, but it's an okay series. I say personal ranking, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
And again, it's like 4 episodes in, so you're like,
yeah, 4 episodes in, that could go up. I definitely think it has the potential to go up. I think it could be interesting. Right now, it's just like pretty typical, same old stuff. It does make me really want to play an MMO though. It really makes me want to play video games. That's like every episode I'm like, oh man, I want to play MMOs again. Oh, I thought a really cool, interesting bit about it, which was really random, but I don't know why. I just thought this bit was like really interesting, and it's so dumb, but it's not dumb. It's dumb that I find this so interesting. But basically, there's a point where one of the girls takes a screenshot of him and uploads it onto internet forum, and because they're in a game, right? So she takes a screenshot and she goes, "Oh, how do I get this? Like, he has like a pet," and she's like, "How do I get this pet?" or something like that. And then a bunch of people are like responding, but basically one of the people that responded says, "Did you take that screenshot without like consent?" You know?
Yeah.
And they're like, "You can get banned for this. Like the photo looks like you took it without consent." And I thought that was really interesting. And she was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get banned." Yeah, but like it makes sense because especially because they're like in a VR game that you could get banned for like taking screenshots of other people without their consent. It's like taking photos of people in real life, you know?
Oh,
anyway.
Okay.
very interesting random tidbit that I was like, huh, that was kind of cool. Like, I thought that was really interesting. But there's a bunch of other stuff in it that doesn't really make a lot of sense game wise. Like they have like taste receptors, I think.
Wait,
or
what?
something.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this like? Oh, this is like futuristic kind of like. Yeah.
Right. And like I think he was saying like in the last episode there was something about like you have to eat high quality food items in order for them to start tasting different and stuff, which I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting that they keep adding these sort of references, or you know, they refer to the forum, the game forum, so it has that sort of like, oh, it really feels like a video game. And it does make me want to play video games. But yeah, otherwise, so far it's pretty uninteresting. The main character, he's pretty... Oh, he's okay.
He's okay.
He's
I was
like...
gonna ask. Yeah, how's like the main cast doing?
Well, you'll like him because he's very muscly and he doesn't wear a shirt.
Oh my!
He has a bird head though, but he is not wearing a shirt the entire time.
Pause. You can just like wash over that, like, oh yeah, he has a bird head. Bird head? What do you mean bird head?
He has a bird head. Yeah, he has like a.
Yeah.
There's nothing to explain.
Please
he
explain.
has like a mask and it's a bird. It's a bird head.
You could. Wait, do you mean like, you know, from like Oshinoko, like the muscly man with like the mask? Is like that, like that?
Sort of, yeah, but it's a bird and he has like a huge beak. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It's literally like a bird head mask and he has like a buff human body. Yeah.
Oh my, okay. I
Uh-huh.
trust you. If you know is my taste, then maybe.
I think you would like it because he's like very goofy too. And
Oh,
he's,
goofy
yeah,
too.
yeah. So I think you'll like him. He definitely has the Meeta energy for sure.
Oh wow.
But he is generally kind of bland otherwise, personally. So, but I think you might still like it.
Wait, are the
know,
are the other characters like that where they're like they have a really good point, but then they're pretty bland overall, like that? Or...
I actually would say so. Yes, they're very generic, like they're very tropey. Like, oh, he's the main character. Like he has the main character energy and the tropes, and then like there's like a girl that just got introduced, and she's like the kind, she wants to kill him, but they're like rivals, so she's like that kind of like cool, sexy One-san kudere vibe that's gonna murder you, you know, like that. She has that vibe. And then there's like the cute girl and she's like a bunny, and, you know, like there's all this like, you know, very stereotypical stuff, which is like fine. I don't hate that, but it does make it less interesting, I think.
Yeah, I have another question. So wait, you're telling me that he's not exactly stuck in the game or anything. He's just
playing a game.
Yeah, he's playing it. Yeah. Okay.
There were like so many parts where I was like the girl, there was like a girl who, she's like a beast tamer character and she's like about to die from like poisoning. And I was like, she should just, I said this out loud to my roommate. I was like, she should just log off and call one of her like cleric friends to come back and like find her where she is and heal her before she dies. Because that's what I would do. I would log out and then wait until my healer friends are free and then have them show up to where I am so I don't die.
That
you know,
would
like
make sense. Yeah.
Right, because there was like a big battle happening at that time. I was like, you could just do that because they're not stuck or anything. They're just playing a game, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think again, it'll probably get more interesting as it goes on, right? Like as the show goes on, I'm sure there'll be a bigger plot and whatnot. But for now, it's just like, oh, a bunch of people playing a video game. So.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Definitely look into that.
Yeah. I think you'll like it, so you should definitely check it out. And again, it's like a big one. It's one of the big ones. So
right, and I heard of it too. That's the problem. I'm like,
right.
I'm really surprised I haven't. I'm surprised at myself, but
yeah. Well, you got carried away because we have so many good ones.
I know.
To talk about,
I told you how carried away I got. I'm sorry. Yes, but I'm not sorry because I got to enjoy it. Yes, I got to enjoy it.
No, same. I think that's important too, and that's like a very different, big contrast from our summer 2023 review.
I don't want you to talk about summer anymore. Goodbye. And it was on 100. Going back real quick for 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
It was at 10. Now it's at like 7, 8. I don't want, bruh.
Oh no, it hasn't gone down. It's like not doing as well.
It dipped
like
right after our podcast. It literally.
Oh no.
Because like I thought it was different. I thought you were different, Zom 100. Girl. And then they started bringing up a trope that I was like, bruh, I should have seen that coming. But I had hopes for Zom 100. So I'm really
well, because it is like another harem series, so
yeah. So you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for Fall.
the main character. Oh, happy for Fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And talking about
Definitely.
harems, we'll talk about that later. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right, we do have the next series which we both watched. I only watched one episode though, and I know this is a series that you actually mentioned before we watched any of these because you said that you really like this manga,
It's
right?
my favorite Yuri manga.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
The one that we're gonna talk about, if that wasn't a dead set giveaway, is I'm in love with the villainess. Do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, definitely.
Since you have some history with it, you could tell us about like the difference between the manga and the anime and stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. So I started this manga like how long ago? When it first came out, like 1 or 2 chapters were released, and I was just looking for a Yuri manga because I could never really find good ones that I was like attached to, and I always try.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, isekai, like ultimate game, but Yuri, like, let me look into this, or more like shoujo I would say. And so I started reading it, and like the art is very like clean. It's very nice, and I fell in love with it. I'm up to date with it. And then when the anime announcement came out that they're gonna animate it, I literally did 2 backflips, and then and I was so amazed because the art and the animation they did wonderful with, and the voice acting is perfect. Like it actually sounds like what I imagine them to sound like, and they really do handle situations and stuff much better than other Yuri manga or isekai manga in general. So you said you watched 1 episode, right? How do you feel about the main character so far, Ray?
I feel like I might have to give it a couple more episodes. The first episode honestly was a little uncomfortable personally.
Oh yeah, she's very annoying and very weird in the beginning.
Like, and I think about it like because I think about it like any other relationship, right? Even if it was like a male to female relationship, it's just really creepy, like what she does or how she does it. And I get that it's supposed to be slapstick, but it comes off a little bit like, ooh, that makes me a little uncomfortable. Ooh, she's like a little too much, you know?
Right. Like all up in Claire's like grill for real.
Right.
Yeah. I totally
and very
agree.
like no non-consent, like, you know, being like really creepy. Which like I get is funny, but I think maybe if that toned down, I would enjoy it a little bit more. But I also wonder if I would enjoy the manga more because it's not as like, it probably won't be as intense because the anime has that pacing that makes it feel even more intense than it is, right?
Right. And I totally agree that a manga, I feel like I was able to consume it easier. The anime so far, definitely more impactful, more intense, like you said. So yeah, definitely check out the manga. So Ray, I thought she was the same, annoying, creepy, weird, uncomfortable in the beginning.
Yeah.
But further down the line, she will definitely don't spoil Meeta.
Like have like a character growth arc, I guess.
A little bit of growth arc, and Claire as well. So from episode 1, you see that Claire is just like, the freak is this girl on about? Like, why is she so obsessed with me? And like, she's like bullying her and everything. And then Ray's like, I like it. And so like, I would freak out too. I'd be like, I'm really gonna bully you. But yeah, I definitely would say give it a chance. I don't know how the anime will handle it because, you know, I'm like a definite manga reader for that series. But I'll definitely tell you how it compares.
Yeah, maybe, you know, it's one of those where I just read the manga instead. Only because the anime does feel over the top. And we talked about this earlier too, but like it takes a lot more out of us for us to watch anime than it does to like, you know, read manga. Because manga is like a lot easier to get through and it's a lot faster to get through, so you don't have to put as much of a time commitment to it. You can kind of drop it whenever, whereas like anime, you kind of feel obligated to watch the full episode, you know? Yeah,
you have to sit through the awkward scenes of like cars beeping by or like birds tweeting where you could just be like, okay, zoom with through manga.
Right. I mean, and I also think my other thing with it was the animation was not very good. Like the animation quality was pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, for what I was expecting, it was pretty good. But you know, compared to like FreeRen or something, for example, definitely not. But yeah, I kind of agree a little bit.
Yeah, I like the opening song though. It was very good, very cute.
It was so cute. Yeah.
Very silly and gave me like 2000s anime vibes in like the best way possible.
Yeah. I'm happy I like the opening.
Yeah. But yeah. What would you rate the anime for that one?
The
anime only.
Anime only would be probably a good solid 8, 7, 7, 8. 7,
okay.
Yeah, 7.5 then.
Pretty high, but that's pretty high still.
Yeah. And I guess because I also have a bit of a love for it, so that's why it's 7.5.
Right.
Sure.
A little biased, but that's okay. A little biased, but you know, we all are a little biased. That's how opinions are, right?
Yeah. How about you then?
Me, I would probably say just from the first episode, maybe a 4.
Holy
I know,
moly.
a 4. But again, I'm willing to give it a shot, and again, maybe I like the manga better too. So we'll see. I like the premise a lot. I think the premise is really interesting.
Yeah.
But
I think
didn't really hit the mark for me.
Yeah, I think that's what hit me with the manga, the premise right away, and I was like, oh, it hooked me, and then I kept reading. So I definitely recommend you keep an eye out for a couple more episodes, or just don't even do the anime, just go into the manga. I'm just saying,
yeah.
You know, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure chat and viewers who are viewing from the future have noticed this by now, but I'm a lot more harsh, I feel like, on my ratings than you are. I'm a lot pickier. I feel like you'll even give like the worst series, like you're like hesitant to give them too low of a score.
Okay, fine. You know what? You better hear my taste later. You'll see how tough and rough I am.
All right. But I'm really picky, so you know I'm gonna put that out there. Like I'm very picky. I have my very distinct preferences and tastes, and again, it's all personal opinion. It's not to knock anyone else's opinion. Like I'm not saying everyone has to agree with me, but that's just how it rated in my brain.
Right. I'm just like noting some things down.
What do you mean? What are you noting down, Meeta? Huh?
Just taking note of what the things to say. Just because I know I have bad memory. Just noting that, Let me take a sip of my smoothie real quick.
What kind of smoothie do you have? Very important question. Banana smoothie? Did you make it?
Got it from a local smoothie shop before.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had like a banana smoothie.
Yes, banana is. Oh my gosh, I literally get the same thing every time. Like they know my name and everything. Like I get the same thing every time. I love banana smoothie. It's just banana smoothie.
I mean, that sounds good. I've just never had it. Like usually, I always see like strawberry banana smoothies, but never like just banana. You know?
Yeah, usually it's like banana, mango, banana. Like you said, but just banana.
Just banana.
This is beautiful.
Interesting. I'll definitely have to try that if I ever see it.
Ah, yes.
All right. Well, speaking of low ratings.
Oh.
Speaking of low ratings, the next one on this list is gonna be pretty low, and I'm really sad about it because it's a franchise that I love very, 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 very much, and it's the franchise that really made me the otaku I am today. But it is the new Idolmaster anime, Idolmaster Million Live. Wow, was that bad?
Yeah, I'm surprised. When you said that, I'm like, wait, isn't the next one in the list Idolmaster? Wait, what? Like, what happened?
It's really something else. I think, okay, first of all, Million Live, I played the game on Korean servers, so I played that in Korean. So my experience with it was a little bit different, but I still had like Japanese voices and stuff, so like I kind of had like the general gist. But like so I was really looking forward to it because a lot of the Million Live girls I like a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like do you remember that one meme anime that got shit on really hard? shoot, what was it called? For being like the worst anime ever, where
There's so many.
it's like in 3D. It was like in 3D. It's like a guy, and there's like a bunch of really bad scenes, and there's like no sound effects sometimes.
Fudge! I don't know what. Wait,
Do you know what anime I'm talking about? If you don't, I have to. Oh, X-Arm. Thank you. Yes, X-Arm. Have you watched?
I haven't heard of X-Arm.
Oh my god.
Hold on, let me look this up right now. What it looks like, so I can get a visual for it.
It's like infamously one of the worst anime made of all time. And
oh dang.
And one of the big criticisms for X-Arm is that they will have these weird juxtapositions where they have a 3D character sitting next to a 2D character and they're talking to each other. And it's very obvious that one is 3D and one is 2D.
Oh,
this is like all of Idolmaster Million Live. And I couldn't stop thinking about X-Arm the entire time.
Oh, shoot.
It's not as bad as X-Arm because X-Arm's 3D is just bad. Whereas Idolmaster's 3D is a little bit more forgivable. But it's still very glaringly obvious that these are 3D characters sitting on 2D backgrounds, interacting with 2D characters. It feels so uncanny and weird, and like I just couldn't get out of it. Like there's a scene where it's like her and her parents, and she's in 3D and her parents are in 2D, and like the contrast is so stark because not only is it 3D and 2D, but the 2D animated parents look so good. Like they're very well animated in 2D.
Like detailed and everything? Like
yeah. And then you have like her 3D that looks really janky and just 3D. Like very obviously 3D.
No. I looked it up. Is she the one with like the white hair?
There's like two like main characters in Idolmaster Million Live.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, sorry, I was talking about the terrible X-Arm.
Oh, the X-Arm. Oh, yeah. So the X-Arm main character is a guy, and then there is also a girl.
Oh, but you were saying in the Idolmaster, there was a part where her and her parents.
Yes. It's the same thing. So X-Arm got a lot of shit because they would do that all the time, where you would have a 3D character next to a 2D character, and people are like, "This looks stupid."
Oh,
but then in Idolmaster Million Live, they do the same thing. It's less bad. It's not as bad as it is in X-Arm, obviously, but it's very obvious. Like it's like so like jarring to look at, and it's just like I couldn't handle it. And then the pacing of it was just really like strange, and you're supposed to like believe that like these two girls are suddenly like best friends now after like barely knowing each other for like 5 minutes, and you know, there's just like a lot of weird stuff where I was like, okay, this is like I don't know what they're doing with this. Yeah, was not inspired. I think if it weren't for the 2D 3D animation issue, I probably would have still continued watching it just to like give it a shot to see if the story gets better. Because I think some of the other Idolmaster animes have a bit of a slow start too. But the fact that the 3D, 2D thing, I couldn't do it. Like, that was just too much.
Wow, it threw off that bad. Holy cow, he did not like that. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it's like the influence of me seeing X-Arm or if it's just
you got trauma,
uncanny regardless. But yeah, like my immersion was incredibly broken, and I just like couldn't stop fucking staring at. Like it was just like I was like I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
Wow.
You know?
And like so you're saying also with the story, the pacing was terrible. So in Idolmaster, how's the pacing usually? Is it like
I mean, the other Idolmaster animes are pretty typical too. Like they are, but in like a very nostalgic sort of way. It doesn't feel horrible. Like it feels good, even though it's kind of very tropey in a lot of ways. Like a lot of the issues they have are very tropey. The characters are very tropey. They're very two-dimensional. But it still feels fun to watch, and it feels good to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only watched the first episode. The first episode I feel like had almost no meat on it. It was just like I can't even tell. Yeah, like I can't even tell you what really even happened in it because it was just so like nothing happened.
Oh wow.
They like saw a concert. The concert scene was beautiful. It was great because it was in 3D, which is fine. Like I'm okay with, especially idol series or idol anime, or idol adjacent anime that have performances in 3D. So for example, we're going to talk about Paradox Live later,
Yeah,
like
I was
Paradox
gonna say
Live,
that too. Yeah.
or Hip Mike the anime. Like I'm okay if the performance is in 3D because
Usually they are, right?
they are, and that's fine, and it's understandable. But then when you start using 3D models during the 2D scenes, like, or just have everything in 3D, like, I mean, that's gonna look bad too.
Right.
But at least
Consistency, you know.
it's at least it's
Something.
all like uniform,
Right, right.
yeah. Oh, that was
Oh my
that was
gosh.
hard to watch, yeah. So that would be
Aw.
an easy 3 out of 10 for me. It gets extra points.
Wow.
It gets extra points just because I love Idolmaster and because it had a bit of a concert scene. And we didn't even get to watch the whole concert. Let me
Oh,
at
wait,
least
it's cut
watch a
off?
whole ass song. At least let me watch one full song, please.
She got the TV size concert.
It was like literally like less than a minute, I feel like. Like,
Oh wow.
come on.
You got
Yeah.
you didn't even get that. You get the trailer. Get the
I got like
trailer.
literally a trailer.
Bruh.
That's like the only saving grace of it. So I did not. I was
Holy
very much let
cow.
down by it, even though I'm a huge Idolmaster fan. So
Dang, I'm sorry about that. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. So
Pass for me on that one.
so don't even look at that one for sure.
No.
Holy
I mean, unless you're just like an extreme Idolmaster fan and you can get past, that sort of stuff.
Right.
Then go for it. But personally, just cannot. Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, jeez. Well, definitely.
Yeah.
Probably
Skipping that
will
one.
not. Okay. Wow. Well, so solid 3. Woo.
Yep. Solid 3. The next one I haven't seen, so you're gonna have to talk about this one.
Kusuriya no hitori koto. Or fudge. I don't know how to say that word. Apothecary.
Oh, apothecary?
Is that how you say it? Oh, apothecary.
I'm assuming so. I don't know what the anime title is, but
Oh,
I'm
fudge.
assuming it's like apothecary.
Yeah, apothecary. Hey, let me look that up. Apothecary.
I'm looking it up too.
It's double checking. The apothecary.
The Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my god, that's a hard word to say. So I just like refer to like the Japanese. But I read this manga. I don't know if I told you. I read the manga before the animation got the anime got announced. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I'm caught up. Like I am caught up with the ongoing chapters, and I have a weak spot for like detective type feel. But here, let me pull up my notes 'cause I got a couple things to say about this.
Is this a shoujo series? I couldn't tell like what the genre was.
I definitely would not call it a shoujo series. I would definitely call it more of a mystery drama. Definitely drama. Because like it's set in like a historical setting as well, but it's like a fake what's it called? A fake country. Fake setting.
Okay.
A fantasy setting that's like based off like a China. And
right, like a fictional China.
A fictional China. Yeah, thank you. And I don't really know much about like Chinese culture or like how the historical settings are. So, it was definitely a different feel for me like right away, but it wasn't really that hard to get used to like understanding like how everything is like set up, the servants and the imperial court and how like everybody's positions were. So it wasn't too hard in the setting sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But basically this servant girl, she is very, what's the word? I don't want to say kudere because her personality is pretty deep. She has kind of like a almost like she has like an armor up in her heart that she just wants to like stay strong. But does it she's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's a good character because she's like very two-dimensional.
Yes, definitely. And like the male lead guy character, he like does like administration of the palace. Like he's definitely at a higher position than her. She's a servant. Well, Jinshi, he's like, what's it called? An annual. I never heard of that word before. It's EUNUCH. But basically that means he has no part down there, I believe.
EUNUCH.
Like it's a lot of terms I was think. Yeah, it's a lot
I'm
of words.
Familiar with that either.
Yeah, it's a lot of terms I wasn't familiar with, and I don't know if it was just like because it's like a Chinese like based like term that I had never heard of, or it's pronounced eunuch. Okay. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, like they don't have a
A
thing down there.
Yeah, they don't have a thingy. But like
Yeah.
they keep bringing it up in the series. That's why I brought it up.
Well, well, I looked it up really quick, and apparently it's because they they do that because they usually guard women so that they're not like a threat to the women that they're guarding.
Ah,
That's what it said. Like historically, that's why they did that. Mm.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things I just gotta get used to, but it wasn't bad at all. And so this series, she is Mao Mao. She is a kind of detective, not like, oh, I'm a detective agency or anything. She's a servant who just happens to be very clever. She's a very clever girl, and she had a harsh background too. And so whenever Jinshi, the eunuch, would come to her a lot because she was different than the other girls. The other girls would be fawning over Jinshi, like, Kia, hello, hi. But of course she's different. Wow, she's not looking at me.
as they are.
And another thing that so what stood out to him was that she could actually read, a servant that could read. Holy cow. And so he tricked her, and one time, at one point he wrote down you stay here. He put up the paper in front of all the servants. All the servants like, huh, what's that? And he puts it down, and then Mamo, she's like, oh god, what did I do? And so she stood there, and everybody left but her, and she's like, oh god dang it, he got me. I've been bamboozled. And finally he gets talk to her more, and he becomes infatuated with her almost right away. Almost he's interested in who is this girl and what is she what's she all about? And he keeps coming to her about questions and problems, not upfront I need help with this. He'll just talk about what's happening, and she'll be like, oh, well, it's none of my business. It's none of my business, whatever. But she's very she likes to solve these things, and she's very clever. And without spoiling, yeah, that's about the premise of it. And yeah, she's just very cute. She's very cute.
So there's no it's not magic or anything.
No,
it's
no magic. It's actually
almost like a historical drama.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Historical drama with a hint of mystery, and of course, because there is a male lead and a male girl, not a male girl,
male girl,
a main girl. Oh my gosh, female lead. But of course, a little bit of a romance, a little bit, but it's not the focus. Definitely not the focus. Yeah, of course, she's different. Wow.
It reminds me a little bit of My Happy Marriage in a way.
Yeah.
Has a bit of the same vibes a little bit.
A little bit. I see what you mean. Just a wee bit.
I mean, in terms of maybe the tone of the series.
The tone, right.
Right. Not necessarily the plot, but more.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Historical drama feel almost. Yeah.
Right. With kind of a romance, but it's talking about the things around the romance and stuff too.
Yes. So I definitely would rate this not looking at the manga. The animation is beautiful. Oh my gosh, they did a beautiful job. Oh my girl, let me tell you, the coloring, the lighting is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it feels juicy. Oh, I love when they do that. It feels so juicy, and so I definitely rate the anime a 8 out of 10. No, actually, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Anime only, of course. The voice acting was good.
Would you say that the manga is better? Would you have rated it higher? I see.
Well, personally, because I just was a fan of the manga, that I just happened to like it better. And again, with manga, it's quicker pace at times, and at other times you're like, oh, this is the perfect build up, but I don't know how the anime will capture that since it's new. So yeah.
Well, I'll also give that one a shot. I saw it on the list and I was like, oh, I should watch that one, but then I had a bunch of other ones that I was watching. I know this may not seem like it. I know a lot of chats can be like, oh, Lyra hates male protagonist, but I actually lean more towards series that have a male protagonist as opposed to a female protagonist a lot of times.
Me too.
Yeah, so when I saw it, I was like, it seems kind of like My Happy Marriage. It seems a bit romancy, seems kind of shoujo-y, so I kind of avoided it. But hearing your review about it, maybe I'll give it a shot. We'll see. We'll see what I think.
You know, like, you know, recommendations. I would say, yeah, give it a try. Is not one of the anime where I'd be like, you need to watch it now.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Seems like a chill one to watch.
It's chill. It's chill.
Or maybe like if you're in the mood for that sort of not shoujo, but shoujo-esque hints of romance might be a good one to go to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The
Well,
next one
what's this
is
about?
one that I only watched, I believe.
Yeah.
Kind of a very good segue, actually. So the next one we're going to talk about is a very fucking long title. I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. What a mouthful.
Dang. Oh, please tell me
What a
about
mouthful.
this. Yeah, what was that? Oh my gosh.
This was... I was really confused with this one. This one is one where I went in because the poster has like the guy in the middle, and I thought it was going to be the type of like isekai or fantasy series where it's like a harem-y type thing. Which, again, I'm not against, but that's what I was expecting, right? And wait, did you say you saw the picture or?
Yeah, I see the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think it is. Like a harem anime.
Right. But I don't think that that's what this is, which is why I was a little confused. I think halfway through the first episode, I wrote a note here because I was taking notes for this one. And I wrote, I don't know who this is for. Like, what is the intended audience? Because usually that helps me frame things, because if I know like, oh, this is a series meant for girls, this is a series meant for guys, or this is a series meant for isekai fans, you know, then I can kind of place it in my mind, and there are things that I can allow it to do, like excuse it, right? Like it might do something shitty or weird, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's just one of these shows, like I can excuse that.
Exactly.
This one, I have no idea. I think towards the end of the first episode, I was like, okay, I think this is meant for girls.
Really?
I think the audience is supposed to be girls, and I think like, because at first I was like, oh, the main guy character, he's a self-insert character.
He looks like one.
Right? Like, oh, all the guys watching this are going to be like, I want to be like him. And they make him so like disgustingly cool in that way where he's not cool, because they just force feed you his like coolness. And you're just like, oh my God, he's so uncool. But I could see this being like one of those self-insert ones. But then they start talking about the girl, and I'm like, okay, wait, I don't know what's going on, because she's like also like a Mary Sue.
She looks like one. She looks very like cute.
She's like insanely Mary, like disgustingly Mary Sue. She's worse than the My Happy Marriage main character.
Oh no, don't say that.
She's because at least the My Happy Marriage character, you're like, oh, like she has trauma, you know, like all this stuff. This one is like, this is like insane. Like she's like this My Happy Marriage, but like to like the nth degree. And then she doesn't have the same kind of trauma. So she has like a similar background where she's like from a noble family, but she's a servant. Like they don't treat her like a family member. They treat her like a servant. So she's good at like cooking and cleaning because she's been forced to cook and clean all of her life. But like she doesn't have any other trauma besides that. Like, you know, because My Happy Marriage, the girl has like a lot of trauma, like bullying trauma. Her mom died. You know, there's all this. There's a lot of layers to her. Like you understand why she's so sad. But this girl, I'm like, okay, that is sad, but also it's just like so like that. So that's that. And then the guy, like, he rescues her, right? The main character, he rescues this girl. She's running away because her marriage got called off and she was framed. So they said she's like a traitor or something, and she got put in jail. And then she ran away somehow, and the guy rescues her, and he's like, and they don't explain why. Like, rescuing her makes sense. You know, he's just trying to do a good thing. But then, like, she's like, okay, thank you for rescuing me. I guess I should leave. Thanks. And he's like, oh no, if she leaves, like, what's going to happen to her? Which, you know, is fair. But, like, also...
I guess, but, like, also, like, I would have been like...
He starts trying to get her to stay. He's like, oh, you know, I need help cleaning. You know, maybe you could be like my live-in maid. Oh. And she's like, oh no, like I'm gonna go back. Thank you though. Oh. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna kill myself if you don't go. If you go, I'm like literally gonna kill myself. He literally says that. He puts like a curse on himself and says, I'm gonna die in 3 minutes if you leave. And so she's like. And she's like, okay, I guess I'm staying.
I can't even react to that. Wait, pause.
I know, it's so bizarre. But like, and you don't know why he's doing this. Like, there's no like, it's not like he's like, oh, I saw her and I felt like, you know, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit, like to 100 Girlfriends, where he's like, oh, Kyun, like, oh my god, she's like my soulmate or something. He doesn't even have like a love at first sight thing. He's just like trying to get her to stay because I guess he's worried that if she goes back that, you know, she'll get exiled or get thrown in jail again. I don't know. But like there's no like conversation about it. Like he's not like, hey, if you go back, you're going to go to jail again. I want you to stay here. Like there's nothing like that. It's just like, if you leave, I'm gonna kill myself. And then she's like, okay, I guess I'm not leaving.
Okay.
It's like really weird.
Let me ask. So you're telling me.
Yes.
You're telling me.
Yes.
Oh, she's in trouble. Help her out. Oh, okay. Oh, but I'm worried about her. Hey, stay with me. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go back. Thank you. Bye. No, I'm gonna kill myself. Stay. Like.
Yeah. Literally. That's literally what happened.
I had to make sure I heard what I heard.
See, up until that moment, I was like, this is a male self-insert series. And then that moment happened and I said, oh no, I don't know who this is for anymore. I think this might be a female self-insert series, but I'm not sure. Then he has this whole thing where he's like, oh, I'm not a social person. I don't like people. Like I like helping people, but I don't like people. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
That sounds so cringe. Wait, no.
It's so cringy. It's so cringy. It sounds
like it's like out of character from what you would think that.
Yeah.
He helped this girl out of nowhere, and he's like, I really want you to stay.
Okay.
Like, if you hate people.
He does say, I like helping people. He does say that. Just so you know. So it's not too out of character. Okay. He does say, I'm not social, but I do like helping people. He literally says that. And then there's this really cringy scene where he's like, time to get to my hobbies. Because he tells her to fuck off, where he's like, oh, just do whatever you want until dinner time. I'm busy. I'm going to do work. And then he has that whole like internal monologue of like, yeah, I'm not a social person. I just like helping people.
God.
And then you know what his hobby is?
No, what is, girl? Oh God, I'm not ready for this because I didn't think you had a hobby. Yeah, it sounds crazy.
His hobby is taking, because he's so smart, Meeta. He's so smart.
Stop.
He takes academic papers and he like red marks all of them, like to disprove them. Be like, oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Because he's so smart. To show you how smart he is, by the way. That's his hobby.
No.
And
no.
And like he's like, yeah, the academy hates me because I always, you know, like I'm so smart. I'm like smarter than all of them.
That is so self-inserty. Like how
that's why I'm confused. It's so weird.
That's so weird because like they're like making this character out to be like so amazing, so cool. But he pulls what he just pulled? Like what? Wait.
It's so bizarre. I like maybe it's like a double self-insert. I don't know. And then he like turns around and he's like, "What are you doing?" Because she's like on the floor, and she's like counting. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I didn't have anything to do, so I started counting the grain in the wood floorboard."
Oh God,
and he was,
no. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like recoiling from both of them. Like both of them. Oh, what?
I'm giving. By the way, this is complete spoilers for this. I'm literally giving a play-by-play of the entire episode because I don't think anyone should have to fucking watch this episode. So I'm literally spoiling it, but I'm giving a play-by-play of what happens in this fucking show. She's counting the grain on the floorboard, and he's like, "Oh my God, you don't have any hobbies." He goes like, "What? Like, you know, what did you do in your free time?" She's like, "Oh, I would, you know, clean or like cook." And he's like, "Okay, but like what was the last thing that you enjoyed?" And she's like, "Oh, well, you know, my sister got me this fruit, and I got to eat fruit for the first time, and that was like the only happy memory I have." I'm not even making this up. I'm not even making it. You need to, okay. I unironically, you need to watch this episode afterwards just so you can see just how play by play I'm reciting the fucking lines to you.
I'm watching this anime.
Yeah,
I need
you
to see.
have to
I'm watching
because
this
it's literally. No, I'm not even making this shit up.
I'm in disbelief.
Actually.
No, I'm in disbelief at this point because from the beginning it was just wild from hearing this, and then
word by word right now.
It's telling me she's like, oh, I'm just counting the grains. Like,
yeah, literally.
Girl.
And then so what he does, he's like, oh, I need to like give you I need to teach you hobbies. I need to teach you how to enjoy life, right?
Yes.
Which is like, like whatever, I guess. Like I don't hate that much, I guess. Yeah. But then his whole thing is like he's like a snarky asshole. Like that's his personality. And like he talks about how like in school he was like the snarky asshole kid that would like make all of his professors hate him because he was so smart and snarky and whatever. But like so like he's like, oh yeah, so I gotta teach you like and that's where the title comes from, like naughtiness. Like he's like, oh, I gotta teach you how to like indulge in things in life, like being a snarky asshole. So like the first like indulgence that he tries to like teach her or whatever is because she mentioned the fruits. He buys her like a whole bunch of sweets, like cake, candy, alcohol. And then he's like, we're having this for dinner. And she's like, but it's dinner. Like we can't have candy for dinner. And he's like, yes, you can, because that's what we're doing today. And then there's this like weird moment of them like feeding each other cake and shit. And I know. It was like really bizarre. I was like really confused. I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, what is this? And she literally says no. And he again is like, do I have to like threaten to kill myself for you to eat the fucking cake? And she's like, no, I'll eat it. And I was like, like, what am I watching?
Okay, so I have a word real quick. I need to say something real quick. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, I lost my word. I'm just I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. No.
I'm not even making this shit up. I'm not even making it up. That's like literally the whole first episode is.
That was one episode?
That's one episode. That's the entire first episode. And then it ends with them like, sharing cake and I don't know. At this point, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I thought it was gonna be something like ecchi because it's naughtiness. I wish it was. I wish it was because maybe then I would understand it because currently I do not understand the show at all.
So from what I'm hearing, okay, the premise of teaching like another person about the cool like things you can do in life, the fun you can have, whatever, like what he was trying to do, that alone could be a great premise if done correctly.
I agree.
Like, maybe this princess just that's all she knew. This guy maybe from out in the village was like, oh, let me show you the freaking Aladdin and Jasmine type beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
the commenter showing the noble the Oren High School host club experience.
Like that, yeah, that's totally fine. But like, I felt like I heard two different stories from this one episode from you. Like, like you said, I don't know who this is made for. Like, what?
I don't know. None of the characters are likable. Because, okay, if you have usually a male self-insert fantasy, the female characters are usually not going to be likable in the way that we want to like them as a heroine. Yeah. It's like more like they're likable as in like you want to like sleep with them, right? And that's the opposite way, right? Like if it's a female self-insert, the guys aren't like likable necessarily. They're like, you're supposed to want to sleep with them, right? That's the point.
It is.
So you can excuse that a little bit, like the lack of personality. You excuse it because you understand what the audience is and you understand what they're trying to do,
right? And
you just let it happen, and that's fine.
Right.
But in this instance, I literally was like, they're both just so unlikable and so two-dimensional and just like so like, why? I don't care about these people. I don't even care about they don't care about each other. Like
they're like, how much does care about them? But they don't
like I'm not like, yeah, cute, like about them like feeding each other cake because I'm like, why are they even together? Like he doesn't like people. He literally says he's not social. He doesn't owe her anything.
Why is she doesn't force her to be like there? Like,
and it's not even like she was like, oh my god, my savior, like I love him. Like there's nothing. There's no chemistry.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm lost for words. This is crazy.
I think it would have been interesting, and I made this comparison in my notes, is like, it almost feels like they wanted to do a sort of Beauty and the Beast thing, but opposite roles. But like, you know, like there's a guy and he's secluded, and then the girl comes, but then the guy teaches her about stuff, you know, like I think that could have been also an interesting concept, right?
That could have been cute.
And I was thinking, like, you know, maybe they should have done like a thing, because people call him like the Demon King or something too.
Wait, pause. Wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
What, did I miss this? Like, wait.
Well, it was such an insignificant part of the story. It was like when they were getting rescued, when she was first like running away, they're like, oh, a Demon King lives in this woods. And then he rescues her and he's like, that's me. And then like,
I missed that part because honestly, that's a fourth story right there. Like,
yeah,
there we go.
It's so bad. And the self-inserty bit of that is like, I almost like puked. It was like really cringy because he does like a thing where he has like these incredible magic powers. He defeats the entire army on his own, and then he brainwashes them and be like, you came to the woods and you found nothing. You go back. And then they're like, yeah, we came to the woods and found nothing. And they start like going back, and that's like how he wins the battle, because he's so OP and strong and smart and cool, you know?
Oh God, this is literally especially the demon part, the demon. Oh heck.
Well, that's why I thought it was like a male self-insert, but it's like, I don't know anymore. I don't know.
So
I don't know what this is.
And again, from like the image, it kind of gives off like
he's the main character,
he's
right?
The main character. She's very cute. She's very like innocent, like very cute, like okay, probably for the male.
But it doesn't even seem like a single couple show. Like if you look at the pictures, there's all these other girls, so it feels like a harem.
Yeah.
But I don't know any guy that's gonna watch this and be like, yeah, this girl, like, oh my God, like she's so fucking boring.
Oh God.
She's not even like that hot. Like she has, her entire thing is that she has no personality. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and before we move on, before we move on, that hair split, the two different colors, another self-insert, like cute.
Oh my God, it's so chuny. It's so chuny.
Very.
I just don't understand, like,
how to make an unlikable character, guys.
it was, yeah, just incredibly bad. But I feel like, like you said, the premise itself is not bad, and I think there could have been interesting things, like, you know, if they made it more Beauty and the Beast-y, where like she, like they like throw her away into the demon castle, not like, oh, he rescued her, like she just ends up there because they like exiled her, and she's just like looking for somewhere to like live now because she's been exiled. I don't know, there could have been like so much more they could have done that would have made it like make sense. And then she like begs him to stay, and she's like, I'll cook for you and clean for you. And then he's like, I don't need that. And then she does it, and he's like, oh, actually, that's really good. And then he falls in love with her. You know, that like, you know, makes sense. And he's like, oh shit, you don't have any hobbies. Like, I don't want you to be cooking and cleaning all the time. Yeah, then I could see, right?
But it seems like there's no rhyme or reason for things. Like, why is she feeding cake like to him at the end then? Like, shouldn't she be like, okay, I had a good time. I'm trying to go home now. Like, I gotta get back.
Well, because he's gonna kill himself. She can't go home.
But
so.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just so weird. Like, me personally, I'd be like, okay, it's not my business. I'm out of here. Bye.
It was just so fucking strange. That was like so cringy.
Oh,
I would give it a 2 out of 10.
Oh my, you know, I didn't even watch this anime, but I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. What the heck is this? Oh no.
It's something else. The animation wasn't horrible though. I would say the animation was okay. It wasn't the worst and it wasn't the best. So I can't dock it for that. I don't remember what the opening or ending sounded like because it was the first episode. I don't even know if they had an opening and ending, because nowadays a lot of first episodes don't even have them.
Oh yeah, no. They'll go right into the anime. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and voice acting was fine. Like, I think everything sounded and looked okay. It was just the actual story and whatever was ass.
Dang.
Yeah.
Girls.
Well,
I'm gonna watch that first episode just to watch it.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Well, maybe later tonight, if you're available, we could do like a quick watch along. We can just turn it on stream. We can turn on stream too, and just like let people watch it with us. Yeah, you guys can also watch shit anime together.
There we go. Let's suffer together, y'all.
Yeah, we'll suffer together.
Oh my
gosh. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can do something. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh my, it would be hilarious. Oh my god.
I would. Oh
you
my
would.
God. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. But anyway, next anime is one that a lot of my chat, a lot of Palcaries recommended me to watch because they know that I was into eroge back in the day. And it is 16-bit sensation gyarage, eroge. I was into a lot of those, so I think my chat recommended this one, and they were like, Leo would recognize some of these titles and whatnot. And ironically, some of them I actually owned the games of, which I thought was funny.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I when I started the anime, I immediately saw they had like billboards of like actual anime and stuff.
Yeah, like Fate Go and Madoka and whatever.
I saw Licorice, Licoy, whatever. I saw like freaking that Fate.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Was
and
funny.
then when they went to the games store part, they had like the game titles, but like it wasn't like it said instead of Kingdom Hearts, it was Kingdom 2 Hearts, and instead of like Metal Gear Solid, it was Metal Gay Solid, and I was like. But they had,
what do you mean, Meeta? That's the real game.
You're right.
That's the true game.
I gotta play that game for real. That sounds fun. and they also had canon.
Yeah, so all of the gyarage and eroge that they mentioned in the series are real.
Are the real ones?
And
See,
then,
that's why I was surprised.
yeah,
Like, huh.
so those are like the real ones. Yeah.
Because I own the Nendroid of the girl. I didn't even know the series. I just liked the Nendroid and I had bought it. Yeah, she had the angel backpack and stuff. I had the Nendroid for a long time.
That's where Ugu comes from.
Ugu, right?
Yeah.
And like I wasn't even deep in the series or anything. I just really liked it. So and when I saw that, I'm like, oh shoot, that's an
Wait, you don't know the Dango song, Meeta?
Dango? Like
Dango.
That's Clannad. It's the same. Oh, it's the same company.
Clannad. But it's the same company. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But canon.
Canon, yeah.
Canon. Yeah, is that something I wasn't too deep into, but I knew
Oh my
right
god,
away.
I get those two very mixed in my brain. I was like,
the two characters have like similar hairstyle and very
right.
and
but I remember the angel wing backpack. I thought anyway. My brain.
It's all good. I'm a weeb. You should know your animes more. I'm pushing up my glass like, okay, Leora senpai, I guess.
Cancelled. Immediately not a weeb
One
anymore.
weeb.
Doesn't know anime. One weeb in a pod and
Every
one normie in a
episode.
pod.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, how many episodes?
Well, what'd you think? What'd you think about it?
Yeah,
I'm curious about your thoughts before I go into it.
Yeah, I watched one episode of it.
Me too.
Good, perfect then. I am really interested in seeing the next episode. I like it a lot. So let me look at my notes. But basically, immediately it's the problem. Sent back in time. I'm like, oh, okay, 1992. Great. That's a cool concept already. Like 2 seconds in, and then after a little bit, I learned more about her. Like, oh, she's an illustrator for the eroge, right? Company or Bishoujo, and it's just like this is not my passion. Like, what is this? Like, I want more Bishoujo. I'm not too familiar with some of the stuff, but she has a drive to put forth her own character, make her own character, make her popular.
Basically, Meeta, Bishoujo games or gyarage is otome games for guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just like a reverse. It's like a you have choice. There's multiple girls, and then you can date different girls and stuff.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm okay. Gotcha. And like she loves cute girls. She loves seeing them in like in the games like that. Like she has passion for it. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And before we move on with the story part, I love her design. It's so cute. I love her hair.
Doesn't she look like a VTuber?
She does. Like the thing is, like VTubers, their designs are very prominent. They're very like.
She has that
different.
very like neon hair with 2 different hair colors, VTuber-esque design with like a weird ahoge and like a weird hairstyle. Yeah.
Exactly. And like it stood out to everybody, of course, because the background characters are just like
Right.
men with like just shirts and pants. Or
I mean, the animation in general is incredible.
Yeah.
Beautiful animation.
So good.
Yeah.
And talk about VTubers for 2 seconds. When she said VTubers, it was like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, 2023
That was
anime.
funny.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like anime done that before, where they say VTubers or like virtual livers or something.
Right.
But she said, because of this VTubers and light novels, all their fault. I'm like, whoa, holy cow, like chill. I felt like I was getting pointed at. It's amazing.
Personal attack.
Right? It was so funny. It was so funny. But going back to it, I really like the premise so far. She sent back, freaking out, and I guess she goes back to her workplace. And she sees like, oh my god, really is 1992. My workplace is gone. Again, I watched one episode just like you, so I can't say too much about it. But I really am excited. It was a great start to the anime. Adorable, solid 8 out of 10. Really interesting. Like, it looks like it's gonna be a really good anime.
I'm really curious about how they're gonna tackle a lot of those, you know, stuff about time traveling, because time traveling is always very finicky, right? It can be done in a way that's good, but it can also be done in a way that breaks your immersion, because you're just like, why or how? You know, like, you have a lot of questions a lot of times. So I am curious as to how they're going to tackle that. I think I really, really like the show, but my big thing that I did not like about it and made me upset was I just don't like the main character. And
I know. Literally just told you I liked her so much, and you're just gonna come up in here.
I think
say that.
I think a large part of it is I like her motivations, and I like a lot of those things. Yeah. But like, for example, like the bit where she has that whole like monologue of like, this is like, I have the best idea ever.
Oh, that was like, cringe. That part was.
That was so cringy. I was like dying. I was like actually dying. And then like she literally later even says like, I know that we can't do something like that. I'm like, then why are you fucking wasting everyone's time?
I did
like,
see the clock going by and by. I'm like, wait, why did no one stop her?
Yeah. And she literally says like, I know, I just wanted someone to listen to me. I'm like, you literally like so unprofessional. Okay. And you know, like me being someone who's worked in tech for a real long time, like obviously it's a little extra hits at home for me a little bit.
We got no time for this girl, because like the guys next to her were like smirking like that, but I was actually like laughing with them too at that part. That was actually
I was like, this is so cringy. I was like dying. And then the other thing is like I don't remember exactly what the speech pattern is, but I am very sensitive to certain particular anime speech patterns. And she has that, and she also talks in third person, which I like really, it's like a huge...
I didn't realize, does she?
Yeah, I can't stand it. Like there are a couple characters or instances where third person is okay. But if they're always talking in third person, first of all, and second of all, if they're doing it like in a way that's like, if they're like an actually cute character, like it's okay. But like with her, like I'm supposed to see her as a professional, you know, like she's a professional in a professional setting, and she's trying to be taken seriously. I'm like, you're literally like making everything so much harder for yourself, you know? And I forget what the other speech pattern was, but she does certain like speech pattern tics that I'm just not a fan of personally. Yeah. So I can't listen to her for too long.
Oh, dang.
But
oh, wow.
Hopefully it'll get better as it goes on. I'm not sure. I do want to see the rest of it, because I love that they have all these references, and I love that
the references,
yeah, like that they're touching on this stuff that people don't touch on. And I think that especially the idea of like girls that enjoy gyaruge and those types of games, I feel like gets brushed up like upon a lot. Like people don't really talk about that, or they don't take them seriously. So I really like that. I feel like she's relatable in that way, but I think it just really pulled me out of it because she's like just so cringy and like so like overtly cutesy and anime that that is what took me out of it. If she was like a normal person, I think I would have liked it so much more.
Oh, okay. Well, Meeta thinks that there are actually going to be a couple of great things that can happen, like how she, we don't know what the next episode is, but Meeta's guess is that what's going to happen. Why are you talking third person?
Fucking stop! I swear to God.
Meeta has something to say. Wait, okay.
No, stop! No, she doesn't.
Okay, so I lost track. So you laughed at Meeta. Okay.
Stop.
But basically, what I see at the end is that there's the dude, I guess the son of the company who has to
The
make
high
this game,
schooler, yeah.
right, and who hates the games that she likes. So it's probably gonna be one of those like, oh, he's coming to learn how to like develop his games. He actually finds enjoyment in it, and
Right.
I wonder how they're gonna do this. Are they gonna make it a sort of romancy, or maybe they're just gonna make it like, you know, a feel good, maybe a bit of comedy?
Right. I do think it would be really interesting if she designs a game that she ends up loving in the future, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh my
Like, so
gosh,
that's what I'm like
yeah.
excited about. But also I'm like, how does that work? Because like obviously 90s tech and also
Technology.
90s art style is so different. And I don't know if she's just like a fucking genius illustrator and she can just switch gears and learn how to do everything. But especially if you grew up like digital art wise, like going to traditional and switching your entire style is not going to be super easy. But anyway, we'll see how they tackle all of that. I think that will be the key to my immersion with this series, and I might be able to forgive her being annoying and cringe if they can tackle some of these kind of ideas and concepts really well. So I mean, I thought it was really cool that they were doing stuff like using like old computers, like 90s computers,
Yeah,
or
I like that. I was like, oh,
like DOS discs and stuff like that. Like all of that was like very, very cool. So I think that's what I'm the most interested in with this one. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Rating wise though, I have to say first episode, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10.
God dang! I think I'm just really excited for the series. I'll bring it down a little bit because I also agree with some points that you made. So 7. I think it's 7. I think it's 7.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
A lot of potential, and I'm not a fan of the guy's voice. I don't know how old he is, but he sounds like very nasally, but like a little whiny. But yeah. We'll see. You know,
I mean, it does fit the character that they're kind of putting him into right now.
Right,
so.
like my daddy, because I hate him working in his company. I don't even like this, but like he doesn't sound
yeah. And he's like a high schooler too, so I guess it makes sense. But you know, again, 5 out of 10 for now, but it could go up. True. I'm definitely gonna continue watching this one. It's one that's on my radar, but
we're keeping it. Meeta's very interested in it, so
stop.
Don't worry, I'll leave it in this segment. I'll leave it here.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, Meeta will be nice. Meeta will
oh
be nice.
My God. So freaking cringe. I can't.
Meeta
well, now you know. Now you know the next thing you can do, because you do your anime shonen voice, but now you can do it like in third person. So.
Meeta doesn't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Meeta's Hazakashi.
Stop.
Meeta wants to be your Tomodachi.
Oh my God. Scream.
Oh
all right, we're gonna pick up the pace here because our time. We can just keep talking, but we have a lot more.
We do.
And we have a big one at the end that we probably want to talk about a lot.
Yeah,
so
I do.
I know. So we gotta like run through these. All right. The next one is one that I watched only. It is a playthrough of a certain dude's VR MMO life. My friend that liked Shangri-La Frontier, he told me his friend said it was good, like the manga was good or something. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll watch it. Yeah. I watched the first episode. It was fucking awful. It was basically like vending machine all over again, where like half of the episode is just exposition. It's just, he just talks about stats for like half the episode. I'm like, why am I watching this?
Like, why am I sitting down using my free time?
Yeah.
To just hear about. Oh wow, that's what I felt like.
Don't explain things to me. You can just show me things and he can do things, and then I can infer. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, you don't have to like explain every single meta stat of this fictional game that I'm not gonna play. Like, I don't care. So a hard pass on that. The animation was also shit. Like, that was one of the worst looking anime that I've seen this season. So I would give that one a 3, maybe a 2 out of 10. We'll never watch again. But maybe I'd read the manga, because the manga apparently was good. So maybe the manga is better. Yeah, it felt like I was watching literally a YouTube build guide for a game that doesn't exist. Like, I don't have that much time in my life to waste on random shit like this. So
yeah, right. Oh, God.
But you know, if it's like a manga, you could just read all that, right? You don't have to like wait for someone to explain it to you.
Right.
It's just I can't even begin to start. It's just him talking at the screen. Like I can't.
Oh.
So that was that. Anyway, that's all you need to know about that series.
Oh, okay,
Next
okay.
one.
Oh God. Jeez. Ooh. Well, the next one, definitely should hopefully bring some spirits up a little bit. My new boss is Goofy. So
I did not watch this one, so.
you didn't watch this one.
I didn't.
So I saw a little bit of it. So okay, great. So basically, this the two main characters are two guys. So automatically, I kind of thought it might be like a yaoi shonen ai or something, but it really isn't somehow. It's just like hints of that,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so the boss is like very cute. So, man, I'm not gonna explain.
Very cute in like Meeta vision, or like,
no.
or like you mean like, oh, he's like a really cutesy person, like.
He's not a cutesy person. He has cute actions and stuff like that. Like he'll like at random points, it makes me feel like fua. I need your help. Oh God, I can't explain by myself. No.
I'm following.
Yeah. I'll send you pictures later, girl.
Yeah.
But I think this anime was meant to be consumed as a, just like a good feel kind of anime. And I've seen on Twitter too, a lot of people say like, oh, why is this not a shonen ai? Why is this not a yaoi? This is so cute. They're so cute together. And like even at one point, the boss like calls him like cute. Like a kid comes up, it's like, oh, so cute. And then boss is like, yeah, he is pretty cute, huh? And he blushes a little bit. I'm like, oh. And then the other guy was like, oh no, I think he meant the cat or something. I'm like, oh, like, the hint of it makes it feel very like very like a soft anime, something to be consumed like on your free time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It may be like kind of like shonen ai bait, but not fully going into shonen ai.
Exactly.
Right,
and
right,
that's
right,
totally
right.
fine. And it's
Right.
good. I would say a solid 5. Like again, I didn't watch it much as I should have, but it was.
Is it more like feel good, or is it like comedy at all, or?
It's a little bit of comedy, but I didn't find myself giggling. I didn't find myself like outwardly laughing.
Oh, so it's more like a feel good-ish comedy.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to be like laughing. It's more of like, oh, like that's nice. Sort of thing.
Right. You're like, yeah, exactly. It's like feel fulla. Exactly.
5 out of 10.
Yeah,
all
5
right.
out of 10. Yeah.
Will you continue? How many episodes did you watch?
1. I was like,
okay.
It's pretty good. And some clips, from Twitter, of course, because Twitter is was like going cuckoo bonkers. Like, why is this? I shipped them. And I was like, oh, whoa, what's going on, y'all? Yeah.
Will you watch more? Yes or no?
I probably will, but not like actively. Like, oh, I need the next episode. When is it coming out? Like, if it comes out and I happen to pass by it, I'm like, oh, press play and watch it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, Bo, how about
the next
this one?
Yeah. So this one's also gonna be another easy one because this one was also shit. It was Butareba, the story of a man who turned into a pig.
Which sounds crazy already.
Well, okay, so the premise, I'm like, okay, it seems like a isekai-y thing where he's like, the time I got reincarnated into a pig or whatever. I thought it would be interesting. I know I trash on a lot of these isekai series, but I like isekai. I want people to understand that. Fundamentally, I like isekai. I like harem series. Like, I'm not against them. I just think that if you cannot innovate on it or make it interesting, like you have such a good base to work off of that, like, how could you fuck that up? Anyway, Butareba is awful. That was really one of the beautifully animated. The animation's incredible, and also the voice acting is incredible. I would say that the biggest saving grace for this is the guy, the main character. His voice acting is so good. In fact, I think you might enjoy it purely because his voice acting is really entertaining. Like the entire comedy of the series is because of how good this guy is able to lay down the jokes, and his voice acting really carries the show. But otherwise, I think it's just this weird, extreme self-insert male fantasy, which again, I'm not against, but it's just so, it doesn't even like try to hide it or make it anything else. And it's just not for me. It's like this guy that wants to be, that turned into a pig, and he like wakes up and he's like reincarnated as a pig or whatever. And this girl, she like notices that. And so she's like a servant, I guess, or something. And so she like does whatever he tells her to do. And he'll like be like, oh, I want you to like give me belly rubs, and then like she just gives him belly rubs, and like it's like really like perverted and like weird. You know, it just has like that weird where it's not funny, it's just like cringy. You're like, oh, like oh my god, yeah. And yeah, it's like it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful, but the story is also bad because I think he has like a whole thing where he's like, oh, I need to figure out why I turned into a pig. And so the girl's like, oh, I'll take you to the king, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but again, it's like no stakes. Like, why are they helping each other? Like, why is any of this happening? Like, there was like a bunch of other weird stuff where like she's like a servant class, but I guess they can read minds or something. There's like a lot of random like story stuff that
like elements you just threw in there.
Right, that seemed interesting, but they just don't even touch on because the focus is just like him getting like belly rubs as like a pig. Yeah, I don't know. It was very weird and not interesting and just seemed really like gratuitous in the worst ways possible. So 2 out of 10. Actually, maybe 3 out of 10 because I think the voice acting is superb and the illustration style or the animation style and the animation itself are both incredible, beautiful, really nice series to look at.
Yeah, I looked at the I'm looking at the images and the pig is so cute and she's
so cute.
And she's very pretty and she's very yeah, the trailer, she looks very well animated and like the colors.
It's so nice. But yeah, no, the story was bad, uninteresting, really just gratuitous, not good at all. Yeah.
Dang. Oh man.
Yeah. And she's pretty, but she also doesn't really have much of a personality either. She's like VTuberEN, but like in that kudere-ish way where she's like quiet and doesn't say very much. But like, of course, he's the only one that can make her smile. I don't know. It's just you know, one of those.
Yeah, kind of cringe. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very cringe.
So definitely a pass. Okay.
Pass on that one.
I'm excited for this one.
I feel like the opening and ending could be interesting. I don't remember if the first episode had them, but I would watch them just because I feel like with the premise, it could be good. The song could be good. And also the video will definitely be good. So I'll probably look at that.
Well then, okay.
I wish I liked it. I really did. I really wanted to like it.
Good try though. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next one Meeta watched right before we started stream.
So I keep hitting my desk with my knee.
You're okay. I don't hear it, so.
Okay, good. Because I like it. I like it a lot. I'm ready to talk about it.
I mean, I've been trying to get you to watch this one for a while now.
Yeah,
now we just quote Master Music, meow meow all the time.
Music, meow meow. Yes. Oh my god. I have a big. I'll show you later how big my notes are for just episode 1.
Oh my god. Well, so the one we're talking about right now, if you haven't caught on, is Paradox Live, which is based off of. It's an anime that's based off of not a manga, but a mixed media franchise called Paradox Live by Avex Music. So they're a music focused. Like they were like basically like internet singers, kind of like Love Live, if you will, like how Love Live had music before they had an anime, and they also do concerts with the voice actors and whatnot. And I've talked about this before because Kuroneko is also a part of Paradox Live. She plays Anne.
Really?
Who is a femboy.
I'm obsessed with Kuroneko. This is my childhood.
Yeah, me too. She actually does the voice as well in the anime, which is really cool because I thought they would just make her do the singing and not do the voice, but she does both, which is really cool. Yeah.
I did not know. Wait, I think you told me, but maybe I forgot. Oh my god.
I don't know if I told you because I didn't know you liked Kuroneko. So.
I literally, since I was like 11, 12. Oh
yeah.
Wow, her Vocaloid days, you know.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, right. Oh wow, well yeah. I mean, like from Paradox Live, 1 minute in, I was caught in surprised by the CGI, but not like disgusted or anything. Because again, like you said before, music anime, idol anime, very common for it to be CGI 3D for the performance part, like you said. Well,
and actually theirs is really good. It doesn't feel too 3D. Like they did a very good job of making it look very 2D, I think.
Very solid, very yeah, I like it for sure. And like right after they explain Phantom Metal, and I was like, whoa, we're adding some, what's it called? Fantasy, not fantasy. Super sciencey.
Right.
I'm not quite sure yet, but basically it's like what I'm understanding, they can create illusions with
Right,
it.
when they sing or something.
Yeah, if their DNA touches it, or like something like kiss it, I'm guessing.
But okay, I have something funny to mention because at this point when they first introduced it, my roommate and I were joking because it's like illusions that they make. We're like, oh, it's Mercury, and everyone's just hallucinating because it's Mercury. But then at the end of the first episode, it like basically actually is Mercury.
Wait, how do you wait, you know?
Wait, are you familiar with like mercury poisoning?
I'm not familiar at all.
So mercury, as you are aware, is a type of metal, right? And mercury, if you are exposed to too much mercury, you start getting mercury poisoning and you start hallucinating and you'll like throw up and you'll like, you know, like it's literally
oh shoot.
But it was like really funny because in the beginning we were joking like, oh my god, it's mercury, and at the end we're like, oh no, it's mercury. At first like we're like, haha, mercury, and at the end we're like, oh no, mercury.
Wait, that's what happened at the end of the episode. There's flames.
It's literally mercury poisoning.
Freaking out, he's sweating. I didn't know. Oh god, it literally was. Well then,
it's literally mercury poisoning. It's which is like really funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny.
It's funny
you know,
like
that,
the way you're like,
that we called it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's like a performance-based thing, and there's like this whole competition that they have to do, and yeah, that's basically the premise of Paradox Live. Yeah. I wanted to talk to you though, Meeta, about Paradox Live because I wanted to specifically compare it to Hip Mic, because they are rival franchises, first of all. And they are both kind of the same in the sense where they started as mixed media projects that turned into anime. Hip Mic obviously got other stuff as well. And they have the same concept of there's different groups that have a different sound and they have different music, right? And they're made up of only a fully male cast. So I wanted to compare it a little bit, and I wanted to hear your take on it, on you know, having seen both. What did you think?
Okay. With shoot, I keep hitting my desk. With Paradox Live, I was really, it felt more, how do I say, mature in a way, in a weird way.
Yeah.
And you know, from my experience with Hype Mic, what I was saying that, you know, each character was goofy. It felt like you're not supposed to take it seriously, but from what I've seen from episode 1 Paradox Live is that there's like deeper reasons with a lot of the characters.
Right.
It felt mature in that sense, is what I was saying. And you know, I was looking at Akan Yatsura, the group in Paradox Live, and I'm like, oh, they seem very like really cool and upbeat. Maybe something like I would watch from like Hype Mic, you know, someone who's like very, you know, like that. Yeah. But I really think the cat's whiskers, what's going on behind the scenes, because like they keep hinting at something, and like I don't know, it just felt really deep somehow. And
no, I agree. I feel like definitely when you compare it, it's a lot more serious and it has like an actual like
serious
plot.
Is the word I want to say. Yeah.
Right.
Going just based off the music, not saying like the rapping versus like the singing, whatever. Is the music felt more mature too, because there's actually like cursing. There's actually like, it felt more adult almost in a way. But I really like the vibe so far. It's very new, especially with music, anime, idol anime, anything like that. It felt like something is different with this anime.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it definitely has a lot more of those deeper themes because you have things like Cosmes who are really poor and they're literally homeless and they're trying to like,
or something.
Yeah, they're trying to win the contest so that they can afford medical bills. And then you have people like Cat's Whiskers who are, you know, it's hinted at they're caught up. I don't think you're there yet, so I won't spoil too much, but it's hinted that they're caught up in some sort of scheme, and there's like people that are pulling the strings in the background, so they're trying to get out of that, so that's why they're trying to win the contest. So like
feel surface.
it has
doesn't
right, it has like a lot more like things at stake, whereas I feel like with Hip Mike, the anime, it's like everyone's at war, like there's like gang wars, right? Like territory wars, like we own Shibuya and we own, you know, Akihabara, and like we're gonna fight each other because we're gangs, and like that's what we do, you know. and I feel like even the characters that felt like they had deeper stories, like for example in Hip Mike, like Ramuda, he doesn't have anything. Like I always thought like, oh, they're gonna reveal all this crazy stuff with Ram. Like no, he's just like an asshole. Like there was nothing
like he's
more
fake,
to it.
But like you're right, 100%.
Yeah, there's like nothing more to it, right?
Yeah.
So it just feels like Paradox Live has like, it feels like they learned from a lot of the mistakes of Hip Mike, and then they kind of improved upon it. Is how the feeling that I get is.
Right. Definitely agree. Oh,
yeah, but we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see where the story goes as well.
Yeah, but before we move on, oh my god, I'm just saying these guys are kind of fine.
I bet you like the not just the okay. I remember I sent you the guy in the cat's whiskers.
Simon?
Yeah, Simon.
I found out. Was that real quick? I found out during the episode that he's a professor. Apparently, I was like,
yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh my god. But not just him, but the like pink-haired guy in the other group. I feel like you would like him too.
Okay, I mean, there's a couple guys I kind of like got. Ooh la la. There's Hajun, the one with the blonde hair.
Oh yeah, Hajun. Yeah, he's really cool too. I like him a lot.
I really like his personality. I really like him a lot.
Kind of like asshole.
Yeah, but then like
asshole air.
But then I feel like I could fix him, you know, because like, you know, all those girls are surrounding him like, oh, we love you, Prince. Cat. But I feel I gotta be right in that crowd with a book in my hand.
You gotta be the one that he thinks is interesting. You gotta be the
what do I
apothecary girl. I
gotta rap. Maybe I can start rapping all of a sudden.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can join our group, and I'll be like, you had to show me what you're made of, you know.
Oh my, yeah. You can't say yes too easily. You gotta play hard to get.
Exactly. I was already like writing the scenario in my head. I was
yeah. The Wattpad fanfic is happening. The self-insert.
Yes. But yeah, definitely. Felt refreshing. Definitely a different take on the idol music, whatever scene, you know.
It definitely also has like a more the characters just feel a lot more likable and three-dimensional. I feel like with Hip Mike, it's very two-dimensional. Not in a necessarily bad way, but in a way that's like either you like them or you don't.
Right.
It's not like a, oh, they're okay. It's like a, that's your type or it's not, right?
Right. That's true.
Because their personalities were so one-dimensional, which again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just is like a branding thing, right? But with Paradox Live, it feels a lot more like, ooh, I actually kind of like this guy, but I don't love him, but like, oh, I'm like interested because I don't know what he's like up to, you know, what he's gonna be like, you know.
Right.
In the Cosmos episode, which I think is the second episode, that one I thought was really interesting because you do feel that sense of like, you can't completely hate them even though they do things that you don't like. And then at the end, you kind of feel like, ooh, actually, I kind of like one or two of them, you know, like that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, before we move on, I wanted to point out this one part in the anime. Two things, I guess. One, their group name is Bay.
Yeah.
I could get out of here. Gotta get out of here. No, get that name out of here. Change it up. What is this?
They it stands for something.
Oh, it does?
It does.
Okay, as long as it does.
Before anyone else, I think. I feel like that's what it stands for.
Oh, ooh.
Because they say it in the song. So it's supposed to be like I think it's supposed to be like a double thing, right? It's like Bay, but also it stands for something. Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
I think it caught me off guard so fast. I'm like, Bay?
Yeah.
But two, the way that Bay jumped out of the helicopter
that was something.
around stage. Like, I know at least 2 out of 3 of them would have been like screaming in pain, like broken a bone or two. But they just like
Broken
jumped
a
out of the
bone or two.
yeah, they jumped out of the helicopter and started performing like that. That was kind of cool, but at the same time, like, ooh.
That was very. I don't know why they did
funny.
that. That was very extra.
Yeah, it was funny though. It was funny.
Yeah, well, I guess it's maybe it was for the Meeta humor count there. But I also was like, why did they do this? This is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because they like created all this drama because they were like, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna get disqualified? And they just like drop out of a helicopter. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, oh, whoa, gee. right.
I guess that's it, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I would say a solid 8 out of 10. I really liked it.
I would give it a 7. I'm enjoying it so far. We'll see where it goes though, because I think this is one of those series where you enjoy it for the ride, like for what it is.
Yeah.
But as it goes, the story is gonna start to actually matter. You know, whether they can actually pull through with a story or not. I think it's gonna be important.
Yeah. Cool.
Next anime is one that I was really looking forward to. So you know where that's going.
Oh yeah.
It's Power of Hope Precure Full Bloom, which is Pretty Cure 5 and Pretty Cure 5 Go-Go, the characters from the 5th season of Pretty Cure, as adults. And it's supposed to kind of pull at the heartstrings of people who watched Pretty Cure growing up. And, you know, now you're grown up with them and they're grown up as well. Yeah. But it was a bit of a letdown. I'm going to still watch it to see if it gets better. But it had very much the sense of, like, Nozomi, the main character, she was a little too dumb. Like, I think the whole point is, like, she's supposed to have that sort of childlike wonder to her still. But it just felt like a letdown because she just felt like an idiot. Like, she's like a teacher and there's like a kid leaving her class because she's transferring to the countryside because their parents' business is failing. And she's like, but your dream was to become a dancer and our school has like a good dancing program and your new school won't have a dancing program. I can't let you give up on your dream. So she like talks to the principal and is like, can't we like give her a sponsorship to let her stay here so that she can be a dancer? And this principal is literally like, are you gonna pay for her tuition? And then she's like, oh, I guess not, because it's like a private school. I didn't like so, and then you're just kind of like, oh god, it's like so hard to watch. It's like so cringy. And then she's like, she like goes to the parents' house, like to the girl's house, and she's like, oh, like, can't you see her dream is to become a dancer?
I'm like, who are you?
And the dad is literally like, what are you gonna do? Save my business? Like, my business is failing. We have to move to the countryside. Like, you know, we're getting a divorce. Like, what do you want me to do? It's like not my fucking, like, not your fucking problem. Like, get out of my house.
Right.
And so she gets out of the house and she's like crying. And I'm just like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, this is like not relatable because she's just like so cringy. And I mean, there's a part where she says, like, she's like, oh, you know, back when we were younger, I felt like we could fix everything because we were pre-cure. We could like make everyone's dreams come true. But now I guess that we're older, it's not true. So I get that they're trying to make that point. So maybe it'll get better now that she's like having this realization or something. But I do feel like they're going to fix the problem, which you don't like.
Unrealistic,
like you're not supposed to fix this problem. Like, this is not a problem for you to fix. Right. But I feel like that's what they're like leading it up to. Like, in the next episode, she's gonna use her pre-cure powers, and then this girl's parents are not gonna get divorced, and his company's gonna be safe. Like, you know, it's just I don't want that problem to be fixed by her. You know,
some things really need to be touched on better. Like, maybe she could be like, oh, you know, maybe times may be harsh now, but look forward to the future. Like, this is not the end. Like, something. But not just be like, oh, it's all good now. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I don't know what'll happen. Maybe it'll be okay. So I'm gonna keep watching it, but I was not impressed by the first episode, and I'm a little worried about the message that they're gonna be sending with this. Right now, solid 3 out of 10.
I took a glimpse at the pictures, and I'm not a fan of their outfits, any of them. It looks like very I guess you could you know.
I mean, I think it's the nostalgia thing, and I think the outfits are based off of like the last episode of the actual original anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think they had like a bit of a time skip, and then that's what they're basing it off of. So it's very old looking because it's an old series, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense then.
So yeah, but we'll see. I'm a little sad about it, but that's okay because we have so many good anime to watch right now too.
It's
So.
true. Okay. I don't like Precure, so hopefully that, you know, in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is the Berserk of Gluttony, which we both watched.
Yeah, I actually watched 2 episodes of it. It was really.
Oh, okay. I only watched the first one.
Yeah. So what are you? Since you only watched the first episode, what are your thoughts first?
This was another one of those, like, I felt like it was cringy because it was like too self-inserty in the very like, oh, he's super OP and he has the skill and nobody knew about it, and he's so Gary Sue, like look at his sad pathetic life, and then now he's so strong and good at everything, and like he has a Mary Sue female protagonist who just cares about him and is super nice and is super hot and super good at everything. You know, I feel like if she wasn't there that entire episode and the same plot happened, I think I actually would have liked it a lot more.
Kind of like he rose up himself almost.
You're right. Like he is figuring out his own power and he's kind of like learning, and he beats the villains on his own merit and his own power. But this whole like weird like, oh, she's the reason in a way why, and like she's just so like, oh my gosh, she's so nice to me even though everyone else is so mean to me. Like that whole thing was just like, oh, like I hate this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with watching 2 episodes in, I first agree. I definitely agree with you. But episode 2, it changed my opinion quite a bit already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's surprising. So from what you know from the first episode, it's like, oh yeah, he has the gluttony skill, looked down upon, blah, blah, blah. Oh, actually, he can activate it because he can kill somebody and can take their skills, etc.
Right.
Well, you know, it didn't feel like he had a clear goal in the beginning. Like, what's he going to do with it? Like, okay. And, you know, he felt very plain, you know, oh, black hair, brown eyes, you know, very main character, basic, whatever. But what he learns is that, wait, I don't know how far you saw. Did you see the part where he got a sword?
Yes. So I believe in the first episode, he got the sword in the bin, and then he killed that like entire field of goblins, and then they had to like run away. And that's when he found out that he had the skill.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and the sword was fucking annoying too. That was like my other thing.
I like the sword.
Oh my god, of course you do.
I think I have a thing for voices. I really like voices a lot, and I really liked it a lot. I was like, but Greed, the sword, what he had revealed in like episode 2 is that, well, actually things are starting to get a little bit, stakes are starting to be put, you know. The problem is that the more he uses his skill, like the more he fights to feed his hunger, the more that he will get hungrier and hungrier, like for battle and to kill. And he doesn't either starve or lose control or start attacking anyone in his path. And like he starts to realize he's losing it when his eyes are turning red. And I was like, oh, gee, that's not good. What can he do then? Like, all he can do is just keep battle. Like, that's my thought. What he's gonna do.
Right.
As soon as he like steps outside of like his like room, whatever, he's like, wait, these adventures actually smell yummy. He starts freaking out, like, what the heck is this? And Greed, the sword, was like, oh, you know, the hungrier you get, you actually get like a skill boost where it's easier to hunt down prey. You start to see better at night, all this stuff. And so he goes out, and then he like takes down this really big like hobgoblin, whatever. And I'm thinking, dude, this is not good. This dog, you're gonna get hungrier and hungrier. What's gonna
right.
So I think guess at that point, now I'm thinking, what is he gonna do? Now finally my interest is caught. Because if I stopped at episode 1, I probably would have been the same. Just left it trash. But episode 2 got me thinking, what is he gonna do? Because there's no actual alternative. It's not like he can get rid of the skill. And he is leveling up too. What is he gonna do with this? Oh, actually, not leveling up, just adding on skills and like boosting his stats. He's still technically at level 1. So I'm like, what is he gonna do? You know, what is this? And I agree. Roxy, the girl who is very sweet, very Sue, etc. She's really cute. But I wonder how she's gonna play into this as well. But yeah, I say it's a solid 5.56 out of 10. Like, I'm really curious what will happen.
It's more like you don't think it's good necessarily, but you are curious with the plot. Yeah,
I'm like, I really want to know what happens next kind of feeling, but not like, wow, I'm in love with, his name is Fate, by the way, which I cannot.
Oh, of course.
Fate. And she's like, I'm going to call you Faye.
Oh, of course.
And then, you know what he says? Oh, wait, that nickname. My parents used to call me that. Oh, they're dead. But, like, wow.
No.
And he's like,
no.
And he said, why Fate? And she's like, oh, well, I just want to call you that. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Oh, God. No, it's so cringy. I can't.
It is cringe.
I feel like... I mean, what you're saying is interesting, but I don't think I'll watch it. Like, it's one of those, like, oh, I am curious, like, what happens. I want someone to tell me, but, like, I don't think I'll spend my time watching it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend it either. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, please, just watch an episode more, please. I'd be like, oh,
right.
I'll let you know. Or, like you said.
Yeah, you can tell me what happens.
Yeah, like, yeah.
But, yeah, I would give it, like, maybe a 4 or a 3, like somewhere like a 3.5, somewhere between a 3 and a 4, but maybe closer to like a 3. Yeah, I thought it would have been a lot better if the girl wasn't in the first episode. I do think the plot in general is not uninteresting. I think it's interesting. I don't like the sword, and I think the animation was pretty good. So I didn't like the style that much, but I think the animation itself was very good. Next one, we gotta speed run these next couple.
Oh, shoot!
But I know I'm gonna switch these really quick. But I Shall Survive Using Potions was bad. It was not good. I don't know. I have no idea who that series is for. Also, the style was weird because everyone looks really young, but like they keep talking, like, which is fine. I don't mind if they all look young, but the problem is that so much of the story, that's like part of the story. Like, she's like, oh, if you have this potion, you look 10 years younger. And then she'll take it and she looks the same. And she's like, I look 10 years younger. I'm like, okay, I guess I believe you. I don't know. Yeah. And then like her whole thing is like, oh, everyone like keeps thinking that I'm like too young and they won't take me seriously. When her wish was like to look as young as possible, like, but be legal or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, like you look the same though. Like she looks the same. Like I don't understand. What? And it's supposed to be like this isekai thing where it's like the girl, she has like an OP skill where she can conjure potions and she can conjure as many as she wants, and she can put, it can be any potion that she wants. So she like can literally like cure disease. She can do anything. She changes her hair, she can change her appearance, whatever, with her potions, right?
Dang.
Which is a cool ability, but then there's so many times where like she'll do things and I'm like, why don't you just use the potion for that? Why are you stuck here? Why isn't this working? You could just make a potion. I thought you have infinite potions. Or she's like, she's like, oh, I can only sell this one potion. I'm like, why don't you just make more? Like your entire thing is that you have an infinite arsenal of potions. Like that's your skill. You asked for that skill. Like what? Heck? It was just like really strange. And then there was like this, I think this one's a female self-insert isekai thing. Because the main character is a girl, and like there's this like prince or whatever who like is like obsessed with her because he like thinks she's so smart and she's like blah 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 and, like whatever. He asks her for like literally like advice on like trade and economics, and she apparently has all the answers, which I don't fucking know how or why, because she was just like some random like salaryman girl before in her life before.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's like very like, it's just very weird and like none of it's believable, and it's just like so also gratuitously self-insert, and like she's so Mary Sue. She's good at everything. She has all these potions. She helps everybody. She heals everybody. You know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like she's not super likable and not very interesting. So that was a pass for me. Maybe a 3 out of 5 and 3 out of 10. And the art style was meh as well. So.
Oh yes, probably.
I thought it was like kind of cute at first, but then like, yeah, everyone looks like that, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of over it.
Dang, you're like bye.
It's not cute. It's not cute enough, is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. So definitely no need to take my time to watch that.
No, pass. Hard pass on that one.
Oh, okay.
The next one though, I actually messaged you, but I messaged you on like a different social media. I don't think you checked it.
Oops.
But I messaged you to watch it because I was watching it right before stream, and it is Shy, and I really like it. I wasn't completely sold. So okay, first couple minutes I was like, holy shit, this is like so good, like animation wise. The animation's fucking incredible. It looks so cool, and it's a really cool twist. So the concept is that there are heroes in the world, you know, like a superhero, Superman, My Hero Academia, or like Power Ranger type thing.
Yeah.
It's that's the concept, but each country, I guess, has one hero.
Oh, like representative, or like only
there's only one hero in each country.
Like
yeah, exactly. Like there's only one.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know, there's kind of plot holes to do with that, but that's fine. Like whatever, I don't care. I can ignore that. But the but it's peace. The world has peace, so they generally, you know, are doing things like saving people out of burning buildings and stuff like that, right? The main character, she is the hero of Japan, and her name is Shy, or her hero name is Shy, because she's very shy and she is really bad at like public speech and stuff like that. And she's bad at talking to people, which I thought was a really cute, like interesting twist on it, because you know, heroes are normally like, all the other heroes are like out there and they're like holding concerts and like doing like press speeches, and but she's like super shy and people don't even know who she really is and stuff like that. So the concept's really cute, and it's about like her journey, because there's like this one incident where she basically tries to save people, but instead one of the girls like is comatose, and because of that all these people are like, oh, like heroes can't even do their job properly, blah 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 blah, like, and so she falls into like spirals into depression of like, why am I doing this? Like, I can't even do things properly. I'm shy. I can't even talk to people. Like, what am I doing this for? And then it's like an emotional journey of like her kind of coming to terms with her hero self, and there's this new villain that's causing people to spiral into their own like depression or like self-hatred, and taking advantage of that. So anyway, it's kind of turning into a more classic pre-cure magical girl / hero story, where it's like a monster of the week type thing. But so far it's really beautiful, so good to look at. The characters are so interesting, so well written. There's definitely things obviously I don't like about it too. Like I said, there's a couple plot holes, and there's a couple things where I'm just like, why did they do that? The Mary Sue character that shows up has depression though, which I thought was cool. Yeah. Yeah, really interesting. Lots of interesting plot twists in that fashion. So I'm looking forward to watching more of it. I'm really excited about it, actually. I like it a lot. The other thing that I thought was weird though was that like she has superpowers, but I wonder if that also prevents her from getting hurt. Like there's a part where a monster attacks her like crazy, and she's just like taking the punches, but like there's no visible scarring or damage, or her clothes are not ripped. I don't know if they're gonna get to that later, like that's part of the superpower or something, but I thought that was weird.
Interesting.
It felt like there were no stakes, you know, because there was nothing visibly happening to her. But then later they show her and she's like all beat up, so I was like, I don't understand.
So
really,
kind of inconsistent there.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they'll explain that later. But there's a couple things here and there I don't like, but overall, Really banger first episode.
Wow.
Really, really beautiful animation. Freaking incredible animation. And the opening and ending. I think I only saw the opening. Maybe I saw 2 episodes actually. I might have seen 2 episodes. The opening's so beautiful. Please watch the opening.
Okay,
so
bet.
beautiful, and the song is pretty good. I'm not like 100% into it yet, but it's like okay, it's pretty good. And yeah, so highly recommend Shy. I really think everyone should give it a shot, especially if you like hero or magical girl stuff, and it has like that sort of vibe, but it's a little bit deeper emotionally, which is really up my alley. So I really like it.
Yeah, her design was really cute. I like it. Like,
it's so cute.
It's like all white, like hair, the hoodie, and like the long boots. It's like real cute. It's all cute.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
To.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
All right. Next series though is the one that you were mentioning earlier. I haven't seen this one.
Where's your cursor? Which one? Because you were bouncing a little bit.
Run.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ran's no Hashi's Forbidden Deductions. It is a detective anime, and like I said before, I'm just looking for a detective. So you said you didn't watch it? You said?
No, I haven't seen this one.
Okay. So basically, fudge. How do I explain this? It's kind of it's kind of crazy. So basically, it has 2 protagonists, which is something I like a lot when it's like 2 male protagonists. Like the millionaire detective.
Oh, this is the one that I thought looked kind of like Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah.
It has similar vibe.
It does. But you know, one protagonist is a little bit goofy or a little bit bonkers, and the other one's like the straight man. Like, what are you talking about? You know. But the dynamics were really nice, and so okay, I'll explain real quickly the premise. The detective with like the shaggy hair, like covering his eyes and everything, he is a retired detective, but not on his accord. Basically, he is a renowned detective from a detective university. Like, whoa, that's crazy.
Whoa, detective university.
Like he was like the top of the top. Like he was the detective. But he has one thing that's different. That's supernatural. He forces people to kill themselves, to die.
To unalive themselves?
Yeah, so whenever he's done with a detective case, he not on purpose, his eyes turn like a different color, as if like his body's doing it, not him. And he says, go drown in that lake, whatever, for example. And the murderer will be like, ugh. And they'll go turn around and they'll go kill themselves, whatever. But the thing is that the university didn't catch on to this. It only caught on to that every time he solves the mystery,
people die.
The murderer dies. And so okay, we can't have people dying with you around, because we think something's going on. We don't know what. And he needs to get out of here. They revoke his detective license, so he cannot detective. He cannot. He cannot legally. And so what he has done is that he isolated himself in an apartment, so there's no electricity. There's no electronics, nothing, just a soft floor that he just lies down on, because he feels like if he knows anything that's going on the outside, he'd be curious and want to go and explore and be a detective, because that's his passion, right?
Right.
And then this dude, so the other protagonist is again, the straight man. So he's a detective, but no one takes him seriously. In the office, he gets all the grunt work and everything. And then they're like, we can't solve the serial murder case. We need to get to this guy. And they write the address, whatever. Go get him, whatever. He goes, he meets him. This dude is crazy. What the heck is wrong with him? At the end of the first episode, he is like, this guy, he's really good. He's really good at it. And how their dynamic is very fun, because the shaggy haired detective, he's cuckoo bonkers. He's like, Toto, come this way. He calls him Toto, which is funny. It's cute. That's cute. And they solve the murder. Goofy scenario. in next episode. So it's one of those. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode almost. Like, oh, it's done with the case. Next, you know.
But like, do they like? So does the other guy help him not kill people at the end or something?
So I didn't want to spoil too much, but
okay.
You know, I will say yes. That
okay, so that's why they kind of have to like hang out together.
They had to be together because, and the thing is that like. The shaggy hair detective, or Ron, I guess you can say the shaggy, Ron, god dang. He's scared of killing people, and he doesn't, the thing is that he doesn't do it on purpose. His body just takes over, all of a sudden he goes, go kill yourself, whatever.
That's a sound bite that people are gonna say, just saying.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hello, Clippers. No. Meeta tells you to go kill yourself.
Oh god, guys, don't put that. But Toto is his anchor basically, and it forms a friendship that way. And this anime is goofier than I thought, but also deep in its own way with how we don't know why he has this skill to like control people. Like, what's going on? But yeah. I won't say anything more. I'll go on and on. So I would say 7 out of 10. Recommend it. I watched 6 episodes.
Nice. You only give it a 7 though? That's surprising.
I say 7 because there were a couple points where I'm like, why is this character this way? You know, I'm not the pro tag, but there's like side main characters.
Sure.
I'm like, what? You're like, what?
Right.
The ending is pretty okay. The opening is pretty good, you know. So yeah, a solid 7.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe and see how it is. Yeah.
Well,
the next one is also another fast one though. It is a Returner's Magic Should Be Special. This one's based off of a webtoon, a Korean webtoon. So it does have a very different like dynamic, but weirdly it feels like every other fantasy isekai series. It's not an isekai though. It's like basically it's like a time travel one where like this guy is 10 years adventurer, you know, they defeat the demon dragon, but then they die, and instead of dying in the world ending, it restarts when he's in Magic Academy. Yeah, so that's the premise, which is an interesting premise, but so far I'm not like super into it. I feel like there have been a bit of like things where I don't really understand, because it's like he went back into the past, but I'm like, is it the same past or is it different? Because sometimes he still seems like surprised at things. And I'm like, okay, wait, is it like the past but things are different, or is it the past and it's exactly the same and he just doesn't remember stuff or something? He doesn't explain it, so I'm like a little confused. Like I can't tell what it's supposed to be yet. It was just the first episode that I watched. I thought it was just all right. The animation was just okay. It seemed cool, except the 3D model that they used for the dragon was really, really, really bad and janky and 3D looking, and I did not like that, you know. Back with the 3D versus 2D stuff again.
Like, don't slap it in there to slap it in there. Go all
yeah, there's just like stuff that happens where I'm just like, I can't like a lot of things. I'm just like, I can't tell if this is supposed to be happening or if this is like new to him, because the entire premise is that he went back in the past. Like, I need to know these things, right? Like, you as a viewer need to be understanding what's happening so you can be interested or not. But so far, he keeps saying like, oh, this is just like the past, but he also like is so surprised at everything that happens. So I'm just like, okay, I don't really know. He like doesn't know people. He'll like run into people he like doesn't know them. So I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. But maybe it'll be explained in the second episode. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh man.
We'll see. I would say it's like a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
For those reasons.
From the images alone, it doesn't look like anybody really stands out. It feels
it's
like the colors,
just very typical isekai
very
stuff.
isekai. So definitely don't need to go out my way to watch it. Like, we'll see.
No. Yeah. But maybe it gets better later. I don't know. I think it was a pretty popular webtoon, so maybe it's like further down the line is when it gets more interesting. So.
Right.
Who knows?
Who knows?
All right. We have the main course.
Yeah.
I know you've been itching to talk about this. I've also been itching to talk about this because I have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
And I know even everyone who's listening is like, when are they going to talk about this? We are talking about the 100 girlfriends that really, 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 really love me. Or
Excuse
love
me,
you,
that was
or
one
whatever.
really too extra.
Okay,
It's actually really,
well...
really, 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 really love you.
Oh, holy shit.
This
Meeta has not been able to shut up for the last week about this.
I know, I've been talking to an Oracle about it. I like literally before our collab or Roblox or loading screen, I'm like, guys, before we start, listen to me. And then they said, Meeta, can we talk about this later? Because I would have stopped talking. But yeah,
The animation is so fucking good.
it's so good. It's so good. It's juicy, so juicy. The lighting, the oh my gosh,
It's so good.
Oh, so good, so good.
Definitely up there. I would say like this one, VTuberEN, and 16-bit Sensation in the list of the ones that we saw today. Like just top tier animation. Oh, Butareba too, even though the story was bad. So, top tier animation. Shy as well. I think those just incredible animation. I will say that like 100 girlfriends in the very beginning, I was very incredibly wary about because it has a lot of the stuff that I don't really like in the harem series and stuff, like the premise and whatnot. I was really not about, but I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I really, really loved it. And, you know, you have to take it for face value. Again, with a lot of these series, you have to understand what the series is, that it's meant for this target audience, and that this is the people that they are marketing it towards. And after you understand that and accept that, you can kind of look past some of the aspects of it. Like, I normally hate tsunderes a lot. But holy shit, the tsundere girl is so cute.
I love her so much.
She's so cute. I was like cuting for her, you know?
Yes.
I had the dokis for her. But my favorite is the pink-haired one.
Yeah. And you know, usually her type of character is not my favorite. Like,
no, I love her like gap of like her secretly being like conniving.
Right,
like,
to actually
I love that.
To her being full out like, oh my god, I want to kiss him. Like, you know.
Yeah. Of like the whole, it's so good. And this is one of the very few series in a long time that I feel like multiple times I just laughed out loud.
Yes, I was gonna mention that too. I actually like chuckle because the way they poke fun at like things like, you just cut off. How do I explain it? Because
you would be like, oh, like you cut off all my dialogue. I don't even have that much, like I don't have that many like scenes. Like don't cut my dialogue, like stuff like that.
Yeah, that made me laugh. There were a lot of scenes that made me like chuckle like that. And
or like the friend's name being like friend A.
Yeah, that was funny. That was so funny.
And he was like, "You'll never see me again anyway. Bye," and they like leaves.
Yes, and I read this the manga before it was announced to be an anime, and I was a lot of chapters deep in where there's quite a lot of girlfriends at this point. And the art.
Well, how would you say it like stands up to the manga then, like comparatively?
It is great. But again, like I said, I prefer the manga. Where
you do?
Just by a little bit. Because of the pacing. Because again, anime, you gotta sit down and watch it. Like we talked about this before. But the anime does it justice for sure. The stylized art in the manga was transferred perfectly. Like it feels unique still. And how they focus on each of the characters, how they tackled it as they are tackling. How many episodes did you watch by chance before?
I watched 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had to stop myself because I want to watch more, but I was like, I need to watch other stuff.
Right. Yeah, like the thing is, like with the episodes, they are spending like a whole episode's worth of like focusing on a girl so far is what I'm seeing they're gonna do. Whereas in the manga, full chapter, maybe 2 or 3 full chapters, which is great. And viewing this anime as a not as a full-on romance story, more as comedy, more as in like
Yeah.
out of there.
You can't look at it as romance because it doesn't make any sense.
Right. And
Right.
if you take from that perspective, the comedy's perspective, it is such a golden story. It is hilarious.
It reminds me of, and I don't know if you've seen both of these series, but it reminds me of Yamada-kun. Have you seen Yamada-kun?
Yamada-kun is seven. Yep.
Yeah, the Seven Witches.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like Yamada-kun and Daily Life of High School Boys had like a baby.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Wait, that's a good point to put it. Oh my gosh.
And that's what I like love about it. It has that like tropey, harem-y, like bullshit to it, but in like such a funny way that like it doesn't matter. Like you're not taking this seriously. You're not ever taking it seriously.
It's like
right?
It's self-aware of itself.
It's very self-aware. Like it knows what it is and it's making fun of itself. You know, this is gonna be a little, I know people are gonna fucking cancel me for saying this, but I feel like this is what I wanted Gotoku to be. Did you watch Gotoku?
I haven't, but but this anime is really great.
It's like everything like wait, Gotobun I think it's like the quintuplet anime.
This
is like what? Yeah.
I never knew it. Oh yeah, the potential.
Oh yeah, Gotobun.
I read the whole series. Yeah. Oops. Yes, I totally agree because the potential quintuplets.
I wanted to like it so much. I really tried.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts where I felt like about it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I
really wanted to like it because I know everyone likes it and I was trying so hard to like it, but I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. But I feel like this is like exactly what I was wanting the quintuplet series to be.
Right. If it was, oh my gosh, how popular would it be? I agree.
Right.
The quintuplets was a solid like 6, 7, like 6, 6. Yeah. But with this anime, they really make it every like scene very fun in a sense. Like even if it's like later on in the manga, there's like some like oh no, this is not good. Dramatic scenes. They make it really interesting, very nice, very fun. But the quintuplets, I can see how you're saying it failed at some points.
I feel like the only criticism I have with this series was like, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it counts as criticism because a lot of these things I feel like are intentionally over the top and that's what makes it funny. But like the thing of like, oh, if he doesn't date them, they'll die. Like, I don't know.
That was
like,
funny. That was so funny.
It was funny, but I was also like, like this is just so crazy. And then I think my only other vice is that there's 100 of them. I don't like that. I think that's too many.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of the quintuplets because it's 5. So you can like pick from the 5 your favorite. But then if you have like 100 and you have to pick a favorite from 100, like that's like at this point we're playing like a fucking gacha game. You know what I mean? Like
right.
That's just too many characters. And it's really difficult for me to like keep that all aligned. And I don't know, maybe they'll tackle it in a way that's okay. But so far in the anime, from the opening and ending, the ending animation is so cute, by the way.
The ending is so cute. How they're
Watch
all
it every
at
time.
Sleepover, like the
yeah, so fucking cute. I mean, it looks like it's gonna focus on the 5.
Oh yeah, for the first season.
For the first, I don't know. First, I'm assuming season, yeah. Or maybe like for the first 12 episodes and then the next 12 episodes, I'll switch to 5 more or something.
Yeah,
I think it's just gonna be hard for it to like keep up with 100 girls at a time. You know what I mean?
I mean, how far we are in the manga, you'd be surprised. I am not gonna lie. I'm surprised where we are now in the manga. You will be.
How many girlfriends are you at right now? Are you at 100 yet?
Definitely not. Like, it's either in the 20s or 30s. I don't remember. Wait, 20.
But like, do you remember them all at that point?
Well, yeah, actually, but
okay.
They're each very unique. That's the good thing. Like, none of them blends into each other. We're at 27 or so, right? Someone said, right. So it's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Each character design is brilliant. Each character's story is brilliant. It's very good. And also, there are parts where I'm like, oh gosh, you cannot be one. And then she is like, you know, one of them.
Oh no.
And then so I'm like, wow, you know. There's a couple times where I said that, I'm like, no way, no way. But yes.
I'm excited to meet Kokone. Wait, let me send it to you. I sent her these photos yesterday.
Oh?
I haven't gotten to this episode yet, but look.
Is
this not just Kokone?
She looks like, okay, it looks like it, but like, yeah, it does. but her personality definitely is not Kokone Senpai, and her hair is more white,
silver, right?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be
but
silver.
That is so Kokone Senpai in that picture. It is so.
Yeah, like, I saw a couple screenshots. I was like, holy shit, wait, that's just Kokone.
Yes. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really excited to see the rest of the series, though. Like,
yes, I'm so excited.
I haven't enjoyed one like in this way, like in a comedy sense, in a really long time.
I definitely agree. And I, of course, down the line, I'll have a few people that I'm like, they should not be in our posse. Get her out of here. And
in your harem.
Yeah, get him out of here. And also, I was telling the Oracle girls, like, I wouldn't mind being like the 72nd girlfriend. Like, he's a really cute character. Him as the MC, I feel like he's like, very, very cute. And the thick eyebrows remind me of like England from Hitalia. I was like,
Oh yeah, I was thinking England, and I was also thinking of Yui from K-On.
Oh my god.
Oh no, not Yui. Sumugi.
Yeah.
Mugi. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. He's really cute. And I like how he like actually cares for each of them, you know? It's
I thought that was really interesting. It was like really like he's genuinely trying really hard.
He genuinely is.
And I like that it wasn't like just, you know, because normally harem protagonists, they're like, oh, like they're perverts and like they like dream about like groping the boobies and whatever, like ha ha ha. But like his is more like he actually is trying to like be considerate towards
like,
all of the girls.
Pure intentions. Like this guy.
Yeah. I thought that was like really refreshing to see from a harem series for sure. And I thought it was like, I also just want like the tsundere and the pink hair girl. I just want them to like get together too.
Well, I won't say anything, but keep on watching.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels like a weird promotion for an ad for like polyamory in a way. Right. Like if like for people who are in actual polyamorous relationships, like it has a lot of that to it, right? Where they're like, oh, you know, it's not so much about being rivals. It's more of like we're all in this thing together and we've agreed on this thing.
Right.
Which I think is like a really interesting take on a harem series. And I like that. And I like the idea of like them starting as rivals, but kind of like learning to love each other too. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really refreshing. So I can't wait for you to see more. And
I know. And then I'm just gonna be
tongue.
fucking jealous of the main guy because I'm just gonna want to be him the entire fucking
That
series.
should've been
I can tell already. That should have been me. That really, really good series. Oh man, it's so hard to rate it. What would you rate it? Did you already rate it?
I think it's a solid 8, 9, 9, probably 9 out of 10 so far. Really great. Yeah.
I would probably give it a 9 as well. I think, you know, it's so refreshing, and I can't think of like the last anime that just made me laugh out loud. The way
actually
that
made
this
you
anime did.
laugh out. Like it's
right.
Like it's ridiculous. Like what?
Like what is the last anime you can think of that did that for you?
Osamatsu-san, which is like 2016, 2018-ish.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See, I can't even think of one because like the ones that I always go back to if I want to laugh is like Daily Life of High School Boys and Nichijou and Azumanga Daioh, but all of those are fucking old.
Right. Oh wow.
I was like rereading Azumanga Daioh recently and I was like, holy shit, this is like my childhood, but like this is still funny, you know, it's like still good.
Right. Oh my god, I love Azumanga. And also Yotsuba. Yotsuba.
Oh, Yotsuba. You know,
that's hilarious.
I didn't enjoy Yotsuba when I was younger. I know, but I haven't revisited it since, and I kind of want to because I feel like I would like it now.
It's so good. It's so good. No, it's so good.
Yeah.
Trust. Try it. Yeah, try it.
Yeah, I gotta get back into
it's
that one.
hilarious. Hilarious. One weeb in a pod. Yes.
What? Excuse you. Yeah. So Lyra's recommendations from the season. We'll just each do ours. Yeah. Lyra's recommendations are Free Ren and Shy and 100 Girlfriends. Those are my 3 recommendations. If you can't watch any other series, personally, if you feel like your tastes align with mine, those are the 3 that I would recommend to check out this season. And for you, Meeta?
My recommendations, 100 Girlfriends, of course. Runs Forbidden Deductions. And I say keep an eye. Of course, I like I'm in love with a villainess, but I say keep an eye on Paradox Alive because meow meow meow. It's music. Meow, meow.
and be careful of mercury poison.
Yeah, that's the lesson from today's podcast, guys. Mercury, don't consume.
Oh my god!
I love
mercury poison.
We should do that every podcast. Have like a lesson in the end. Don't
don't. Careful of mercury, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, luckily, I think I know people won't believe me, but I'm young enough that like we were aware of mercury at the time when I was young, so I don't have any. I never was exposed to mercury, but I remember my roommate's boyfriend was telling me one time that when he was little, he would like play with mercury because that's like what they did. Like they I don't remember where he got it. I think it would be like in the, in like thermostats. Like they would crack them open and they would just like, play with it. Yeah. Because you could like push it around, right?
It goes blue.
So
right.
yeah. And then
Wait, wasn't it? Wait, what's in this probably is not, definitely not. But what's in what's it called, the lamp? What's it called? Lava lamps. What are those? Are those also?
Oh, that's not mercury. I don't know what that is, but
it's similar movement though.
Yeah, but lava lamps I think are safe, fortunately.
Really? I always thought they weren't.
I mean, I'm sure you shouldn't like be drinking fucking lava lamps, but I don't think they're like toxic. Like, cause mercury is toxic even if you don't eat it. Like, it's toxic to like touch and stuff. Right. So, that's why like they stopped using mercury and stuff because it was just dangerous to just even have around. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, the forbidden smoothies. Lava lamps.
Yeah, banana lava lamp smoothie.
Banana lava lamp smoothie. That's the lesson of the day. Don't have banana lava lamp smoothies.
Yeah, oh my gosh. But yeah, I am really happy with fall 2023.
There's so much to watch, honestly.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait to see what winter has in store for us.
For sure. Just to quickly recap on summer anime, did you end up watching any like to the end or like any things that we mentioned that you want to like talk about that your opinion has changed? Well, you talked about Zom 100 a bit. Your opinion did change. Your rating went down.
Very down. I was like, what the freak is this? Like, it building up and up. Like, I was gonna like text like, girl, it's so good, but yeah, the episode that I had watched, I was like, oh, it's turning to that kind of anime, like very predictable, very stereotypy, whatever. But if I can recall, I don't think anything in particular.
Yeah, me neither. I need to go back and finish Undead Murder Farce. That was like the one that I really wanted to watch.
Right, because that was a good beginning.
That was a good beginning. So that was like the only one in last season that I was actually like, oh, this is good.
Actively like,
but I just but I haven't been watching it, so I do want to get back into that. And so we'll do another episode sometime where we go back and talk about the fall anime that we talked about today and see if any of our opinions have changed on it. Hopefully we'll do that pretty soon, and we'll see what we still watch and what we don't watch anymore, since we have a lot this season on our plate.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys will probably see what Paradox Live guy is my favorite on Twitter because I always post what guy I like every 2 minutes. Like the other day was Kratos.
The guy of the week.
Yeah.
Guy of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
We'll find out who Meeta's favorites are very soon. So
definitely. Well,
I
love muscles.
I love maidens.
And this is Two
We's a pod. Yay! Thank you guys for watching this time as well. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our next episode, for episode 5. See you guys there. Thank you.
Yes. Stay weeby.
Stay weeby.
Oh God, cut that out.
All right.
Oh, I'm in charge. Oh, bye. I forgot I was the one.
Bye.